Because our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy.
FM Mina Omefa na Siema Western FM on all social media handles. Catch me live there. Jaga. This is how we start the week. It's a Monday afternoon. One more time. Thank you. Sure. Fire. Thank you. All right, so Yamamunya Habio Yamamu Kwaba Moamo Soye from CTV. We are grateful. And Moamo joining our Facebook pages. We are grateful. Apia Kubi Dora. My sister, thank you. Thank you so much. Kwame Techi Dasibebre. So I join here from wherever you find yourself. Amidu Sule, watching us live from Afinia, Jerusalem. Comfort Usu, Eshe from France. Okay, thank you, Comfort. Mashak Coleman Tete, Ohine Dodu, and so Yadamunina say, Nevia say, Munina Mwabekayomo. Enyo John Goodman. Haruna Mule, Yadamunina say. Okay, so quick one. Mame Antisa Ayo influence Yatwa Aye Jumadi no so. Na the woman and say said no me recuse me hokakra from commenting on a MPP a demonstration. To be honest, me drew a kwamuno na me drew awie inti ba na ese meba inti sa enka me pe baby tna kakra because ese ohwe wakoma yi na ankofa asem bia amrel yeah. Me anya nan say ya na me nim say obika you know make enemies for yourself, so it becomes a little bit difficult. The reason is maybe BSC e na me blame enipa no a oh me somebody ayira I don't blame the thief. Ayana me busa me all questions. What happened? Where did I go wrong? Where did I slack? Me asem to me pe. The nipa no the year me no enya me problem. I start asking myself questions. And then I find me slack here me nipa no ye me say. What do I say? Aha. Ya na ehia me pa. Say ya na sa na mana e baswa. Mame but because just I can't believe for a minute that NDC will win power within 4 months. You have these guys on the street. Within 4 months, you have the National Youth Organizer of MPP telling Ekufu John Mahama will make sure Ghana becomes ungovernable. Within a short period. You have the minority leader slapping a policeman within 4 months. You have the MPP led by Afenyo Markin say Ombebu Supreme Court to die. Then Crawford to die chief omo within 4 months. Abra just about 6-7 months ago, you can't do that and go free. You can't. You can't do that and go free. But regime biane said you see initially no I thought maybe some of us ya adwene wo ye tribunal the same thing the what NDC for adwene. I never knew, seriously, to be honest with you. Last week, na many MPP ni bi din komo. And I'm a catcher and say my sorry pa, but I never knew that there are serious friendship in politics that embolden people to go wrong and they don't care. Yeah, na minim. And this whole position na mete, which now I doubt, because the kind of and Niema Ekufuado ne Baumia and MPP for a year or more within 8 years now. I some of us we fought hard with the sense that look, you hear some sanity in the system. You hear clean up. That MPP should be shut once and for all. Now, asumdue emra or mainumu. But I think maybe we need to go back to your old notes. Na revise, you know. Because media I have come to accept it. Say na minim sanity. Yeah, I never knew that there was a strong bondage between politicians. We are friends, and yeah. I never knew. Membo game that. It has never obionim me from Love FM, from Asempa FM, from Hello FM in Kumasi. No, me, I don't play games. And especially when it comes to issues about or my issue. I don't play games. Minimi. But now I'm learning. Kakra, I'll learn. You know, that's why then can say me twime ho kakra no nenka ne man kasakra nenka eye, because if I go back to my old self, if you don't take care, because just 7 months old. It needs 7 months. Because when you have a minority leader, when you have a minority leader, and within 3-4 years, then 4 months, and you say bia, omu lose with 50% na NDC nya, omunya bia 48, be 49, NDC nya 51, and I say it was so close. 57, 38. Then you have this minority leader too bold to slap a policeman. Yeah. You have these people feeling like, yes. No. just 5 months, 6 months ago, you can't touch Jubilee House crying Chamo, yanya demonstration. Jubilee House Wokrano, yanya demonstration. Just 5-6 months ago, Jubilee House was yanya demonstration. No, you can't. Yen Chamo, you can't. But that's fine. Because one, say Obi Bechem ewo Jubilee House. Say demonstrators before. Enya unlawful. There is nothing illegal about that. And MPP in opposition. Still, Bobie Ansah, I will insist there is nothing illegal about that. In the South China, say, oh, you're resetting. And your man, illegality, no. Today, and you will make sure that those illegal acts from the government will not be repeated. I'll go with you. I will agree. But slapping a policeman is illegal. It's criminal. And this all catch them say you are doing resetting. Resetting, they say anybody can slap a policeman and go scot-free. You are a fool. You are stupid. You are a stupid person to tell me that. Between Oni Abua and Sunsria Bianim. Just say, would be who Ansah tea Bianisha Wanum. Ansah. What do you mean? What do you mean? If something is illegal, I'm not sure so Obibo police near illegal for him to be dealt with, and illegal. So Obi ekochem demonstrators ekochem Jubilee House omo march around Jubilee House. Even with MPP time, MPP opposition, I would disagree for NDC to stop them. Though they did to Ghanaians. Won't mean only say a covered 8 years. Won't mean demonstration for 37. Yeah, you don't cross 37. Even if you anymore arise Ghana, your first demonstration problem omni your first. I say na you become when if you anymore and Sani Aqua fa your friends say Kimbuo, Eddie Aqua fa a parliament ababa be pie Jubilee House. No, you know, Chromoso Montiasie. And you guys say demonstrators a fair coup for the fear anymore Nima. We got near per se almost see a fear in Tre Accra Central. Yes, you ever see you booban and say yes. But meaning that and sit that say MPP what power and any NDC leader in parliament will slap a policeman and go scot-free. No way. I don't want none of you and sit that. And sit that. Within 3 months. Salam, way at the radio so, at the TV so catch this for say they will make sure Ghana becomes ungovernable. MPP we need 2017 for 1 year. Na NDC intimin kasa ukruma for 1 year. Even ye group no, ebi dwane ye. NDC leadership bebre kadem it took us that time and muntie FM no it took us myself Listowa na that time honto na a host right em say na honto na na host Kwajoya Boa Charles McCarthy na Mugabe de wadom okobo mu a be 1 year Ansah na woba and these leaders ni be break for them from 2017 later ena Sami Jamfi ebe kan ho no munya enyi no as a national communication officer later no so ETC mu and that was where NDC discovered him. Yeah, no one but the core NDC leadership no more academ. Well, Obia Kashi. Okay, almost say my enka. But I don't know. Ebusuya su. Ebusuya. Two political parties, no. Tribal marks. Yeah, Ebinumi are timid. And they are afraid of the others. And they respect them. They seek validation from them. When you say NDC need two party, that's why my people for Mawa, just any party in yet. Some people for Konoma find this in Yan Kawamoa, feel good. They always seek validation from their accounts. Yeah. A common qua, they look so timid. They can't do anything. When it comes like you use I didn't find idea a kaba. When you bugasem and you bugasem Nenka 3-4 months we know and kwayanke nipadi MPP for fasono and it will never cross their mind. Nenka mpesa bedru say afenyo marking ebeshi police ni asum. It will never. They are lucky. Afenyo ni MPP for ne John Bodunum, they are lucky. And that is why where they have faced Kofi Boachino, I've never wanted to talk about this. Just a name quantity and then me person me jumano. Cause one hand makoka de yanka. Why are lucky? MPP for you lucky. They are lucky. They are damn lucky. Me donyame. Afa baby born 3 months, 4 months. Me see come more dream second then come be see abontin. Today. Can people see abontin there? It will never cross their mind. Then come pese. Wababe Ansah ashe eye police ni asum. Boom. Wash na asum. And you are so happy. No match go Supreme Court. Say me budain at to form. Ya say nipa no ani ni di agro no obuwa. You will not do that. NDC for 1 year. For 1 year. NDC yenja omuna omu embu omaino. We need to give them space. Enipa na ni di agro no ombu. Opesa ofoso ho amani bu. Ombu. Enipa na ni di agro no ombu. You want to still force yourself say ombu. Why? When the person show you disrespect, show him 10-fold, 10, 20, 30-fold. That is where the person will sit down. That no. And I know Gabi or Tedako Frere will be a NDC the ordinary Dinkoma, a Yina, a says NDC from crying me now for another and anime contocracy. Nti nipa no ono ya de na so hunu say as a adwene no nsiso a at any given opportunity na odidi watem me first but na mentim ne ma bebre ase within this 3-4 months I come to understand everything say ma ti bibia ase nti o kasatia afenya tomorrow you become his enemy then he has his friends going now when your problem the mighty minority ebe bo mo abaso kwame mi kasa pe friends Stevie Amo there no. And I heard Stevie Amo say, "Oh no, ma John Mahama warning." Oh, bloody Yankopo. Stevie, why lucky you? Why lucky? Why lucky? Nah, a fabone. Afa boy be bonny pa because ade na woni patrim se kwaya de mba fa so kroma me se nkan simu enkan man pipi trimu da se nepa on be si abontin Allah today afenyo ke nipa be ye na de ama afenyo me se enka be politics be funu no. Because me MPP 8 years me family say anko tu obia bianim no aka say uye me say ya me so me ka say the abo omo so no omo yi kipo BNI na afenyo aba is that afenyo one of the NPP leadership kipo a omo yi no ye nwanwa pa say ono na yesa na no mu nipa no mu ni yese ni say before no bet me atreche nkrofo me omo ye ne ma o to sometimes it gives you that idea like okay so salam hey na BP winning who dare you so be ka tell Kufuado say Ghana will be ungovernable. And you see, when him at the cry koso, media me who be paying. On to be nyashe, on to be nyashe. Some of us, 2016, NDC airco opposition no, na yo ho. Ye ni me at the crazy 3rd month. Yes, swear Atamios in 2008 9 January March 15th and then the MPP here almost first press conference one time say ya no almost start on first almost me are consistent with Dede Sakum mills mills we are no 10 years to John Mahama say your president Becca no Korea that time some of us near we have access to him. We kept on telling him that chief and Crawford we know how they operate. Oh, they can't do anything. Leave them. That time, the late Ativo on your main for the currency. Now you see radio station who Global FM. Now me nene Ativo be hey madam. Crawford they were emotional homono. They are finished. They are killing themselves. Oh, leave them. Enti NDC ko opposition 2016. Some of us near we saw it. And we can see shadows at play. Jato anyafe. Oh, Jato anyafe. Jato anyafe. I see in Ghana history. Sa onyashe. Oh, Jano. On to me nyashe Jano. On to me nyashe Jano. On to me nyashe na pine. Wouldn't say me no ka say MPP for asuma nkrofo na montri so ono mu di nkoma no mo abusa o wouldn't say samre ku betimi asi. I don't know who wa encounter sa omo nkomo ni bi no. You understand this? Say nkomo omo di no okrom pa no uno mu di nkoma and wouldn't say ku betimi asi. Say said your man yi koi die. Say said your man yi koi die. Sometimes I get sad. The 57% na enya kwa o. The 57% na enya kwa. Na enya joke. Enya joke. Enya say na Ghana for ebia there be enya joke. After you being in Sabo police ni asum and throwing his weight around. Yeah. Oh, kwaya judge question. Almost fast or train I say. Yadi ni bre. And a call. Your friend is say Ansah North, right? Yedi anibre. Na kwa Ansah North. Kwame, I'm telling you, myself, minimum biade. I know about Lisowa, I know about Honto. And Ansah also mean come as someone. Not a single NDC leadership ne yi one city. One city. Say Bobie mo kwa Ansah North. Yedi ani brother sisa niema ni a box boy echi. Usia chief by na busa no. Yedi ye kotra krom ho be 1 week meboa ansa na abato na eba so. Na ye go krom ho ye kwae no Central Regional Chairman. Ye ko ni fie once. Se na dokro no ayo sadie yo. Mi dig dokro. Obia nim kwae fa so tra krom ho 1 week o. We stayed there. We fought hard. Omunya jachi question. Kwaya omdi jachi question fast no. Unim sakasa ni et bebreya. Ombese da na police were invite afenyo. Si atra na no asem eno ha no. We know the end game. But afenyo moya lucky. Samia ya bu nna nyame ase muni munsa wohoro. Munna nyame ase. Munda nyame ase pa nyame agemo. Agemo. Wajemo. Wajemo. Esanse me minim dachi asem ntino. Eya na me nka dachi asem. But I don't want to go back to the videos. Ebema me home at more. Me home bet more. Akwabi ya see a friend Koka o said there say police ni bi ono demonstrate ono be bu police ni no. Ewurade Nyankopon. Ewurade Nyankopon. What do you fear? Anybody, whatever it is, why not you say obegu anymore? What do you fear? No, what do you fear? What do you fear? MPP. MPP a party is so strong. Gwenum. Ayila ilala. Say coca or no coca. Me share video no ba kubi. E ho na me say dum no because na me ho wo so. Obabo police ni bi obabo bono. Ah! Yeah. Ya kwa rise Ghana. Unim the police for the boy. Boba. Boba den no mo hata no. Ah? Ya no mo de boy. Former President Rawlings Kasimbi was when the enemy pulls a gun and you pull a gun. That is where you sit down and talk about peace. Afenyo marking, Pasiawi. This foolish boy, Afenyo marking. This foolish boy. Bibi anyame tansa oni ndisi ni dia gross Afenyo marking di owosika o. Owosika so what? Pasiawi, Pasiaboy we. Say society na ye you know who pesca. Yeah. Everywhere. The society na ye you know who pesca. You know who pesca. So people don't care even to sleep with snakes and crocodiles. If only it's about money. Why you know when you be a ye kwa unkobi. Mami nsusunka na nkofa asema amreme. Kwa mo se topics no dia ni enye. Yeah. And before me, no one be ba ka once in. Say na na the demonstration ya. Anam. Afenyo marking. Asemo. It's a very difficult situation. Asem. Kwame, yanya dollar no ne mfa nchichiri ye re kakre. On kama ni nkusi aga. On kama ni nkusi aga. Ayasem. Ayasem. asɛm sɛ nnɛ wanɛ wabɔ police ni asom afa ne ho adi next time next time onya president no a ɔbɛhwe da so mu wode next time nneɛma bi a ɔmbɛyɛ no parliament akyerɛ president Mahama mobɛhu you will see because so ɔmo yɛ no baako mmienu ɔmo bɛduru hɔ o Maria Adam ebɛduru hɔ wobɔ sɛ John Mahama nam ɔmo bɛsɛ ade sɛ ama nkurɔfoɔ apare naboɔ they did it in 2015-2016 wode wobɛhu ɔmo kekaba wode wobɛhu yɛsi obi akɔtɔ ɛdeɛ ya aduane ɛne nsuo ɛde abrɛ galamsey ɔda mu sɛ 2 weeks galamsey demonstrators yɛsi obi akɔtɔ nsuo de ɛbrɛ wɔn ɛwɔ MPP ni adwene mu no yɛno no ɛyɛ illegal wude duji gya wɔn yɛwɔ nkurɔfoɔ no bi wɔ wɔn ba ha wɔn agyimi nti no ɔsɛnde text a no one say gyimi ni na aba ha say you just ignore the person one a catch say obi ɛbɔ police ni asomu a na sɛ wogya na yɛn na kyerɛ sɛ all reset Ghana wagyimi wodwene saa deɛ wagyimi complete wagyimi complete oni aboa mese oni aboa ensunsun ye bia nim ai ya NDC ni MPP there is difference so difference they say you allow lawlessness to go on what bodam wagyimi because wa aboa o say we did obi atem wa aboa say ade a obi a na adwene sɛ ɔbɛma ɔman no mu ayɛ ungovernable wagyimi you are too stupid to allow somebody to do this. We talked about lawlessness lawlessness here adeɛ baako a Ghana for ɛde ɛtu egyina so to aba etia your friends say Ekufuado. And if you allow these people to go about threatening people, I mean, mini bibi account. On the dollar no when video no there you see the more who share video no and it's Stevens is the cows and wine omo warning na omo ma na wo Stevens what's the country your mama gina pa say yes your mama ni awo sticker wo Hey, now, every before we need power. 4 months, me say, I feel more, no more the suit chim crow for few. Who fear no more ba, near Bebo keke. Me on 2 occasions, and on before me free fee. What that, me government appointee that. Me NDC 8 years or more dear, me new awesome. I don't know what happened. But the mere fact that you are even leading, but well, any day. Anyway, let me leave it. Let me leave it. Dabei na 120 days na ebeso no. 13. Thursday na ebeso. But my own nice figures we are so part of our dollar rate in two I say mama. So now it's 13.89. 13.89. That is the dollar rate. Never BOG Penino a picture no to a mommy. And then birthday. So Ora Johnson Esiama, right? Ora Johnson Esiama. And then birthday. All right. Now, I'm going to say, you know, so no, so I Ora Johnson Esiama a birthday, and on behalf of Class Media Group, Accra FM, Class FM, CTV, Ho TV, Sunyani FM, Takrade FM, Yemani Trinkwa, Yemana Yiku. Emani Trinkwa, Emana Yiku. Tiene Bibia, Resia Matimen Cabiano. We wish you happy birthday. We wish you good health and a peaceful home. Tisa say Kwame dollar ya say MPP for say Jomama cause financial loss to the state. Other ya omunu anu wa bru chiri say so send this care no so. Omo say no so. And I think fu ano for fu ano so to my we just hope say Sebita fracture and yet artificial figures being here after 1 month, 2 months. Na a Jeffrey Ghana phone sem. Your bumpire say Ora Johnson Esiama Edi say ya beko. Na ome Chessica Enfama NDC for any without enco a year parliament. Ha sa for criminal no akwane friend say Addison Addison na Addison with timi atwesika na omwadi omwia na omo are writing off aye debt kwa nti you are writing off no mko. We are just hoping. So today we are doing 13.89 to $1 to $1. And I get the phone, which means you can't care so much send be breed the coffee mano. Say no eba form, and the CD is appreciating. And I make us say your bumpire. Say Bibia metin faso. You won't say I am a for my warnings be or my signals be. We don't know how best. Yeah, bind a bit to me, I hold it. Yes, sir. And in fact, today, we any success and case ye di home come. Yeah, we any success and case ye di home come. But we have allowed them to do the narrative. What do you say? We have allowed them to lead the narrative in the baby amono peno mpacho they say this I say 13.99 and a petrol say 12.99. Why Star Oil? Why? Anyway, so wosha a fuel. We have daily exchange rates here. Then fuel, because baby I'm calling a boy. Yeah, baby I'm calling a boy. So last week me okay, so fuel prices dropped for the 5th consecutive time in latest pricing window. Last week na me wo figures no I say na this week so no nyame adom esai ekɔ from kama nyame adom esai ekɔ from but my enko dia yefu no nkomo embra na enko bu say no so ho asem. Obviously when the city is appreciating, showing strength, according to omunim de no say enya nsunsuanso papa ewo ye fanwo eso enya sa enya nsunsuanso papa wo ye fanwo ejumadi ensem ho. But then we should just ask what is happening. I am saying no, so na me say market price no, world market no, the crude oil now by $63 per barrel. If say figures no writer ma mene minua Duncan Amwa enkonkodia gro enkomo on na penia oda Copec ano meka Copec Chamber of Petroleum Consumers minua akwaba
minua mamenchia wetie for so enumerate
na me pacho quick one me hu bibi nra minim se sa na etia say no fango crude oil no $63 per barrel. Is that right?
Amanda, no problem.
Figure near right.
Yeah, figure near right. 63,
but
it came to 61.
Na previously na say
it was around 73 to 78. That was our range.
Okay, so quick one, straight to the point. Now you asem day in and day out for the past 2 weeks. You say, oh, na aja, Muhammad Yaba, self you no form, and I'm out for any aje. Is that something we should expect for quite a long time? And I say we know just for shege keke. And I'm basa. What is the government doing? It's so different from before.
Commander. No cray woman no. Menim baby at 2,000 a doctor, PhD, KCL or what, but only a year the Bank of Ghana governor. They seem to have the economy within their grips or grasp. Into things are looking okay as it stands. CD no, none exchange, and then 16.8, 16.6. As I speak with you, Interbank Eco 13.9 and 14.1. You see, and no any some significant gain with the city. International market has also been very good. In fact, offer petrol now and then around $830, $850 a metric, and then a number 590, 570 a year. Again, offer diesel. There were times there across it 900, 930, 910, and then also the number 640, 650, and also here. Thirdly, ya kind budget aban amfa eto foforo ameka petrol no although na say obeka ya me no nua panyin muntaka honorable minister eja dodo ne course no na nka osaje zenka yemfa eto ne bi enka petrol we disagreed respectfully no yakachire mo why we should not be in a hurry to pack or load taxes on fuel.
Okay.
Because the fuel no a coolia and then on my new cooling kakran but said huni and 10 times but a coolie. Now the bust and boom pressure now will be from petrol a boa sorry a juada tumu a fiada chain Memeneda near the Agio public holiday, near the 20 pesos are better so. You are not getting that effect now. The contrary is what is happening currently. And that pressure now economy nibenya anka petrol sorry a better costro now drag the price of goods and services any be upwards, you know. There seems to be some reversal, and I think that the handlers of the economy seem to have a complete grasp on the indicators, you know. Obekaya, now you will be quite unsure. 9 days, you may be normally a year, at least between January and March, dear. We were contemplating the now finance minister. To a point now T-bill rate, then I'm 28 and then I'm 14. Now you just say a 9-day wonder, but may Muna commander.
But say, when you sure say one day it will come back and bite our economy.
Commander, just say yes, the handlers. Particularly Dr. Isiama, particularly KCL Atofos and Omutu knows a PhD for it. Aji Ansah Omo. Aji yete the alternate cost to the economic gains now Omo recorded now no. Until say it be a sikebi and Omakotam no more the system anymore, but it will come back no. So as an observer and an industry watcher, no, there was pessimism. Say, hey, na the na CD a free area 16.8, about 16.5, about 15.9, or Chalebi at Besan Kosoro, the Yenny. And there are people are not sabe. $1 now, but and then no, there's been a sustained reduction in the cost push for dollar. No, I hear now the compare dollar or krona now every day. Over 16.2, are there 16.3, 16.4? No?
Yeah.
There's been a reduction sustainably, and it's beginning to sound to some of us as though that the gentlemen handling the economy now no, have a fair idea what they are doing. We can only pray that, Captain, now the cooling Ghana's economy experiencing currently, no, as far as fuel prices are concerned, no, we'll continue to see. So the no, yeah, can't budget. Yeah, for tax back home. Rather, some of the taxes were taken out. So, I buy it to me sustaining the whole say, Commander. I don't see how they will not do well.
Okay, so my member oil industry no more. O share indicators no. Would you say you bet me I enjoy prices and what for me? You bet me I enjoy it.
Commander. The answer for me will be just one strategy. For now, no, Nyame INA there, international market price IMP. there been a sustained decline. 2, are buying so I need there. In fact, the finance people are your there. And see, we must also see the strategy that is adapted henceforth. Commander, strategy, no? I am discussing deliberate action towards fuel on Kwa. Temoyo refinery, our role to play. Boss, our role to play. Energy ministry, our role to play. Again, BDTs, our role to play. OMTs, our role to play. And our industry watchers would also have a role to play in formulating a sustainable policy. Commander, policy maybe I have discussed on your network. Once you mean a buffer to the boss to be idle at a time like this. Once you mean refinery be to set tall idle at a time like this. Crude I drop it to $63. There's a $1 kakra ultimate crude at least 1 million barrel video benya beto abe chinchim.
But
the unya kakra so now so beto bi e dia besie e wo bosta. Commander, you are just doing what they will call hedging, no? Again, or strategic buffer, no, no. You will be working at it and hopeful, say, you could sorry. Ghana for can be shame. There's pressure in the Gulf. Now, petrol war, Amanimoso on the international market. We would have had something we can fall on. That is the strategy I'm discussing.
But
my aunt now enfodi hand and chetra. Now enjoy the windfalls na no. Then ochina sorry. Na Israel and Hezbollah way and Ramit is a Houthi Yemen way Miss Albi and Namho.
Yeah.
The moment they come to those press, they will put pressure on maybe about 20% of global output of oil in that region, no? And one demand
again
static and now constant. Now supply no is hindered by 20%, you know, a one cost. It is economics.
Is it that
we can hedge against that one?
Is it that for the past 3 months Tor any boss are they doing well? Commander, of all truths, ye almost the grace period within that 3 months, you know, to put in almost strategies and structures. They are not doing badly, but they are also not adding too much to what you and I are enjoying today. As I speak with you, Boss continues to import and sell. As I speak with you, the refinery has not come back to processing, but the terminal business there, they seem to be doing quite well. Is it all down to terminal business for Boss? Their strategic stock position, no? And then Ebia 1 liter every amount. In this kind of strategy, no? One of the things, and I'm saying, will be to enhance Boss the competitiveness, not only on the market, sport market now, yeah,
but as far as all store is also concerned, no? Because Boss, it's Mr. Obi, a commander. The confidence it gives you and I, you have no idea. The confidence it gives the BDCs, you have no idea. The confidence it gives the OMCs, you would have no idea. So, be crying or Tonwa and Fanny or Tony cheaper because on him the pressure crab Boss can come to their aid.
I see.
And the strategy, we'll need to look at it. That one is very significant, but the gains now I'm making no and your fluke and yes obi and let baby now chinchim. The economy itself seems to be doing, I mean, quite well. The numbers don't lie. Again, the fuel pump prices too will not lie. Numbers, again, the pumps are equally looking favorable for you and I. We can only hope that a better sustaining the home, or we'll put in place a strategy to at least sustain the gains in a year making.
Well, said the okay, no, and maybe so was to say, yeah, dear, Monamu, yeah, dear, you were tree, and he said, your mum better Mwafano. And I think, sir, you know, Yaniji and Friday, and say, me call a year walk for India. Na Kakrabia me toy, now share the amount and baby at me kobaya and caneno and Tessa. At least me, no, na me checking on the Chesamania be 200-300 be wetchy because Bayer Yamfan said 3 months, 4 months ago. Na ese minya be 1,003, 1,004 and san ma fill me tank. Say no 1,001 can do, which means ja ma save be 200-300 bia. You know so e wait me a topolitan bagger asha me nan ama me de ayade. Enti ye beda mo ase. Opani nyame hira bebre so ne akasa ne.
Commander, let us say na ma chetie for bio.
Na demonstration uko bi.
Commander, now yeah, demonstrating for the aim.
And now we are demonstration. What?
Commander, for this here,
Patrick, sir. But that's it, Chief. All right, so that's it. Live Rock 100.5 Citizen Show. So we are doing. Your friend is saying. A fuel dollar some that Ismail Idrisi would Eduji and Omomo a page in Yamamuina Kwaba Nana K Pabi Yamamuina Kwaba. So Nyame out by Thursday 120 days of NDC in power and Utie Enema smart mosway. Yane smart mosway. Na pledges Niema Bobo so within the first 14 days cabinet ministers very ready na abano Enema de bebre. And look, me my MPP for omu nyina ka say for the first time, a president 120 days is really meaningful. They didn't know omo the crow. They didn't know omo pese Jomama Bekan success story. And that is why and where I think the NDC should devise a strategy. To omo no mo Omonimo between was how they were who sa Niama why no crano. Then they start create and Niama GM no year within 20 days no. Come here who. But also NDC they are always focusing on achievements. But when it comes to political strategy, I don't know. Media 2000, I have stayed with NDC from 2009. Not only staying with them, NDC, I am my first political friend in my life. And me, the way Omoyama. See, Juma, you can never sit behind a microphone and talk about NDC Juma. Negatively. You can't. Yeah, look, those guys sitting on Adom, Asempa, any other places, more Casa. Look, sometimes, yes, you can understand the pain. You can understand the pain and the frustrations. That one, no two ways. Let's put 120 days down. Pick Akufo-Addo 120 days. They know Akufo-Addo to mean BT. a friend say John Mamada. Akufo-Addo Bawumia can never beat John and Jane. It's impossible. Look. For YE. For YE. Basinteli. For a friend say Erica Jane on NIP, right? Go to NIP. The recent Ejumera. The apps are my BB. A member of form Juma. And Ras and Ansah Basinteli, Honorable Minister Muntaka, and the fire service. I think there's an agreement. A year or more day for a year in the say 500. Lord, when ya modular yetrum cut 300 Ghana cedis 500. Almost form mainstream fire service. Emabro, almost form mainstream fire service. When ya model ni a community police near man 300 Ghana, 400 Ghana. When ya mainstream, I saw it and I was so glad. I was so happy. Yes, it's a my member but I'm happy. You understand? But all my imagine say, my NDC in come success story. Yes, that is MPP for you. And they have their own strategy. Unfortunately, NDC is watching them, just watching them. No strategy. You need to find a strategy to bury your opponent. Bury him. Finish him. Let's go. Finish him. Oh, Opoko, I do see Ababa correct me. Sorry, 5,000. 5,000. Wow. 5,000. Me who ye Basintele. And I was glad. I didn't think I'm an inje. Yes, manije. Because yes, me bottom ya da na chere so man no aye ye. Yes, me bottom ya da na chere so man na aye ye. And the 120 days, Charlie, ow. But almost all put your strategy in place. Okay, so let's do it. Almost all put your strategy in place that we will make sure that Untmi and Kawasem, Untmi Saliu News, and the NDC should take deliberate steps to hold the media. Masa, a radio station ma obiao. A radio station ma obia. You can use military thinking to run media. You can use it. It doesn't work. What does the person know? Yes, I've heard of jobs abroad, but I don't have firm a grip on the nitty-gritties, the processes and all that. Zachariah, I will check. All these things are there. JM called Tamale. Tamale. Tamale dia no call lunch and idea. Tamale dia no idea. National apprenticeship. You know, so yeah, under NEPA na why. And why Malik, right? Also, they are different. You know, ye, and Ambwa. Okay. Nti, Orekodo. Mamene, Mira Musa Dankwa, Executive Director, Global Research at Global Info Analytics. Enin Komo. Chama Kwaba. Pacho Bokode.
Adon.
Good. Chief Weather, Mamma Musa Assembly and Sania. Pacho, who free demonstration in Binebe?
Oh, Bobie. That's you.
Yes, CSUs, Elbeka home, Amoko, Tinam Castle Kobe.
Oh, that.
Anyway. Nyami Adma Thursday, 120 days of NDC in office. President Jomama and his Vice President Jenano Poku Ajiman. Prof, from where you sit, I know that definitely what the findings be ba. Sign us who are buying call a month for saying our more car, some more conducted research be a figures ben a indicators ben a munya.
Yo, baby, I think so far largely so good for government in terms of perception among votes. Also overall direction of the amount of the China is in the right direction.
Say baby yeah new penny no one yeah tenen kabi and say tenen Akwabi yourself friends Prince Brown, you are too focused on the MPP, that's your problem. Onim hwe what baby onima de kura esi onim ya na ahumeti o ya na ahumeti onti hwe onti beli full soldier na adwene nye reading ye problem onim how to monitor a system. So okay, this system, this is the temperature. Onima de kura. You know the politicians know without that almost.
Yes, Bobie.
Okay, so it's better. Pacho.
Nti ofe data about there. If we sat down and forth, maybe a number a pan yet to an asset really 62% say I feed it be a nominal a year. 26 say and yet 11 or 12% say Omunia doing Massa Persino. O share or more almost say on Penimbo no homoding or do Mamma National. A 66% so mono homoding. And 23% say there be on mono homoding. O share areas of Abina and Casamodin Boa, almost 76% say very good or excellent in the first 3 months to 4 months of working. O share corruption, a month for say improve, 56% say it is improving, 14% say is getting worse, 23% say is the same BBS side. O share fighting corruption, 59% say yes, Abino air fighting corruption. 26 say there be among fighting corruption and swelling. So we share these key areas. You can see they have all moved in the right direction for the government. And then the last but not the least, a perception of corrupt institutions. First, not presidency, parliament, appointees, was so in other services. But the current survey, police, even though Omudasro, second, immigration, third, the judiciary. Among the bottom panel, ministers and government officials. Among for whom say affiliate, omunya corrupt. Presidency, last but great, say omunya corrupt. Parliament try last but 6. So the political class, this time, as a ranking low in terms of perception of corruption. The question is, can they retain this position for long?
Mamimbusa, what about corruption? So, what about other indicators? But issue about cost of living. Sesiana, check a dollar rate. Now you bet share fuel. but issues with cost of living. More ya wajuma.
You bisa indirect question. You bisa about standard of living. And then a measure of broader matrix than just cost of living. If you are cost of living high, but people can still afford to buy things. Into the cost of living a bit of subset of the standard of living. If you say standard of living, no, 51% say it is improved compared to last year. 14% say higher wage. 30% say NCSI, and 6% say only opinion. But what we are doing in our next survey in July, it will be specifically about cost of living.
But Mabunu Kasa, about November. So let me say the last quarter of last year, there was so much agitations in the system. Mabunu unemployment rise. Mo check Mabunu no komodie no almost say for the first quarter.
Across every demography, young, old, people are now optimistic about the future than they have ever been in the past. In fact, the Bissau say, are you optimistic that your standard of living will improve in the next 12 months? 65% say yes. They are optimistic it will improve. At rest, more expectations say Nema best for the better as the year wears out. That is why they are optimistic. And this is the highest we have seen in the last 4 years.
I see, but among my reasons.
You have been some reasons. But the point is that eventually it will lead to lower cost of living going forward and higher standard of living. And at the time, now even petrol prices and the CD was at the highest level we've had it. So going forward, we believe that numbers will improve.
But do you see sustenance in all these indicators?
You have to look at the fundamentals and what the government is doing, and other reports are about. Now, the key drivers for foreign exchange stability. Foreign instability affects price of water.
For example, my example.
So, we share Ghana water. So, almost tariff almost share the element of producing water now foreign currency related. It be almost materials with dollars. Within the pricing mechanism for water, almost foreign exchange. So the higher the foreign exchange, the higher the tariff. The same thing applies to electricity. Almost power with dollars, kilowatt per cent. If the dollar is higher, the cent per us, to us very high. So it means that the next window of pricing, the PRC they use lower exchange rate. Maybe at the time I'm here tariff they 60. On the review they will use maybe 12 or 13. That means the tariff will come down. And most of our imports dollar related. It is a dollar local format. It means when they are bringing things to us, they won't bring them at a higher dollar rate. And they affect the cost of living and many other issues. So foreign exchange is very, very important. So almost to stabilize, I think you will be able to stabilize it.
I see.
And another angle we should look at things is that, budget discipline, higher budget deficit, a weakening currency. If you have a finance minister who is going to kind of be disciplined in the way he finances the government now, it reduces the pressure on the currency. So once he's able to do that, Now to me, leaky. Nyama ekoswa emfata our buy in terms of leakages. I think things will stabilize.
But Ansah na bekono. Emfa say America krabia twam ni e won komo a manfo di the Russia Ukraine blah 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 war yes Israel ne have for say and then all of a sudden sound commoner die out and people are now optimistic that the future is bright. Meanwhile, these world, battles are still raging, are still going on.
So there are two things we have to mention here and be honest with ourselves. Sometimes, maybe during Iraq, Ukraine war, no. Now yes, also every Ukraine and other parts of the world that or more involved in the conflict. So, you try to diversify yourself away from those areas. So, be a first now, fertilizer if you couldn't Russia there, but look for alternative source because it's a home. So, with time, most countries in the world have been able to find alternative sources. So, the Ukraine war is no longer affecting economies as it used to.
Enkomono nya buy neka. Enkomono yankrofo na eka. But my membusa as our last question Ansah no akọ. Any daso ewo ho with the way abino as starting with the 120 days. Thursday and a year 120 days. Do you see hope?
You see, Bobie, I always try not to speak my mind, but to speak for voters who we've been speaking to over the time. I think voters believe there is hope. When we're talking over the phone, on social media, on TikTok, people have hope. People are more optimistic. They are worried because of the way the CD is performing. You can't win all battles. But both almost over this kind of bar. Now I say, and Sophie. But what happened there? They say it will affect our cost of living. Things will go down. A lot of things could come down. Price of things could come down. Inflation could fall. So for us, I need more hope than worried about the currency is falling. Now you get to let.
Aja, I cry from the Citizen Show. That's it.
Listen me that.
All right, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. So, Guswa yedim komo mame and Emma Hunto Kwaba.
Agra.
Boko there.
The Akani.
Good. Now, what else you say? You to me?
You say, at Ademi Pamia, me do call ye, no. I see go on my main share and call baby at times me boka. And I'm Pamie. Until my shamandi.
See, no, I say, Quatriqua, a cardon couldn't be a grass and castle be a woman cray. Then yes, I know, Parker, and castle be a moving quay in Nemum. So be my man and papa a mistake where you move. I uncle Fumu who said you told me now on Nadia. Madam is a baby, you may ye pa. Eh, baby, you may ye pass it and I don't bay. No, what when you're now a young woman, my beja one when you are brave.
Yes, many brave.
Say, oh, my beja.
Yes.
Hey, hold on.
Me fair concert. I may have my favorite song. Nenko for the
and you know your own. Yes. Now you used to go for Saturday
for sandwiches and what to be that.
So you're both favorite
song, pa. Now, and Crawford Crane in Wassa, aging a doom. Namia, Michael Jackson.
Oh, do Bompire say,
me Mompire name so be the mistake. Done toward the from now, what you that, the bidding now, what you did, the 40 days, a year, never tears a cow.
Anyway. So I think the one dollar rate.
And na mamenchia spetanie Michelis too. Na yenia agbesi segbe fiasi o mi se otie so chia oni.
Oh, agbesi. No here.
Isa agbesi free se ne papa ba ye. Ne papa eye yohunu ba ye no. Ye nhye da hu agbesi course biem.
Oh, now I IG was say you answer that bay.
But Bobie mamemfa abasbody enkoma eye omom ye in charge of Ghana security before me ba dollar.
Wahu.
Unim say last week
Wahu.
akwa bi o say ye friend no Alanyo se ono no ye NDC financier. Ema asasi bi ye wo Eastern region Kropon ho baabi. Manso twin ekofa bad boys from Boko.
Oh,
Ema mo bai ebom nante makumaku enum tuo. Po onye so obom meprom omoku omu nyina.
na so mo ye langat.
Enum omu ye num.
But they say omo wu no ye langat. Me no pay na metin wa se.
They are not langas.
Oh.
Omu ye no odwane kope ba bi sheye. And now we say IGP amiate no.
He has men that he wears almost
uniform
no. And no describe almost some national security for
security.
Ebio ono de yachini.
They are chini no. Or men are was so more
Uniform ye national security.
How do you nam so national security?
No ye adwuma we no ye presidential staff.
Staffer.
Ena omi order mi kum sa nipa num no.
Na nipa num no so no.
I think it happened on Friday.
Yeah, last weekend, yeah. Yes. Last weekend, yeah.
Me to Kwabena and nana me hu ye. But em say nipa num no so se e bi se kamo.
Na so mo ye langas kra no a.
You don't have the right.
Me ben no what on
You don't have the right. You don't have the right.
No so odwane. IGP. Ya chi no. Ama bad boys no kofo from Boko no. So mnim so mo kofa Kumasi a. Obi an mi se siremu de wa na efa. To mo fa Central Region na akoboko.
Omo aso.
Ya chi omo. Ama akode atu omo de ba ye na yi nyina ya chi omo.
Good.
Eno na nchen. Won say na no ba video bi ba viral. Ma bi a Ghana ni ba bi a na ya kidnapping no na dom dom ko Nigeria demanding for ransom. The IGP and the dom
The CID.
and CID and Nigerian police o makabum ami akwa rescue mu nyina ma kronko hu say
Me ensa yira ye ba pebe ye hu o mo
yes dampa no we bi yira ye hu bi enti yera yohonu ahyase ye
Yeah.
adwuma na o hyase no na no ko Boko dampare rented press no nkroban try to do their own things when I walk ya waka kire maburu ni say omunya o makodie nwu ho na se do recruitment they be a recruitment ya Accra ni Kumasi we make sure say ebi be ko ho no so anya opportunity na nkofo twisting ni say oh we mo special recruitment yenim wa hyase ye na koso ye na Kasua Millennium City eho so langa den samuno ewo ho Kasua Millennium City langa den samuno ewo ho o predecessor na ne hu bo mu pa ntina nkrofo di nsamfu Kasua honom ekunkum nkrofo fom hu di me pa cho yera yohonu ma wona nsi ho na koye adwuma na back
mo say guy in your friend is saying
o see your friend Alanyo Alanyo ni di ankasa ho but ni di adodo no adi nim na Alanyo.
But you don't have his picture.
Oh, I can get his picture. I can get his picture and his full name krawa ha. Sa ko we so no no contest NDC primaries no na no ka kire nkrofo say we NDC ni no we presidential staffer and ono national security die ye ni fie na so no pe and oye ni din de Samuel Achufosin aka Alanyo Oni.
Let me see.
Mami Oni, this is the guy.
Also a presidential staffer.
Aye, this is the guy. When I'm at a point also a NDC financier. When a finance NDC.
Oh.
Omukwache no you 1 million. The bribe almost say 1 million or mom 2 cars no start to fee at their mom. Ni tikra na yeso manku no. Oh no. You know ka say my jirene den.
Oh.
I'm a bad boys no call for free Boko. Bad boys no more Boko mudin sans and funa or mushishe share or more no call for my sam.
There be any power more come on, nyina free. I'm free.
O me Ghana for
Like almost free.
As for a crow mu free so na minim, but they are all Ghanaians. And I'm renting or rent or more mudo free boko buy media wuni ya or mofa a yes central region akoboko because on some kofa kumasi the obey letting at almost so. Any akudi na show money na no. You all the people pictures na you see.
Oh,
that's one.
Too bad.
Enti mo
obi ase no say o de alonyo.
Alonyo. I don't know. Na oh.
But a dollar CD fuel no ene 120 days no na o de ato force ne esiama ene IG edi o we ya de ane edu ya show mfoni
we de crash say a crash eja nine no oh hitim no say a crash bi won ma akọ ho no mo a ye wo ma de ene ye wo me de na say crash mi
Daniel adusi boys ni free
aburi yeah. Oh, the attorney say, well, what I know, I didn't want to speak to it because I don't have the blessings of Akunya Kesi. But what I know, they say, na enyamaboni bi koso in eponym. Na yes, the mrantie enkwahwa de.
Na otobo.
Yes, jankosi.
Oh,
nti the mrantie a omo krom ho a omo koso omo kohwe de ekoso.
Nina ne se nkrofo afuo asase
omo ye san winning
oje se wo sa anwea esa
omo ye san winning wo ho on so omo ye san winning the same thing happened and ma botia no de ne ba san winning nti unse san winning no omo koje ebia se bepo na anwea ne wo so a omo di a omo afa ne se asase ne de omo ntoye na emum anwea na omato na emum no ukotu anwea se e wo processes e wo so fam na we mu no omo de atutu asem ne akentina wasem na ekoye enti emabunu ewo krom onom no omo yi ohene asotire na ewo se ohene so opo akire na omo ekohwe na anye bia no mfonyine a emrante ne penifo no dia beto nanim no won san kọ enkotwa ensa manfa mekire ni san so ohene nkonwuram enti omo koye no ena ekoye se ohene si ye mehwe na afi yesani etuogu omo so ntime kura de say na me ka say omo ye 6 nipa 6 na
so asase dan edan
ewo abri hono me odin na me refi kakra
so the issue no is about this guy and the Abri traditional
yes akwa we say asase no a omo saso anwea no o say eye ono ne dia ena akuafo no omo nsase wo ho aye se omo fo no e di petition akoma nana ena nana aye se omo hold on kosi se omo besiesie asem na wie enti edemrante ko se omo hwe make sure se Sunwin ne enkoso kosi se omo betna asem no so no ma settle ena no ko e no so ne national security ana no instruct say kill them eni ku omo nyina owie no dwa no ko she echebi akufo adokro
e no free
that will hurry one
kameka za lonyo de
lonyo no dwane ni what sapema na ne fie wo ano dwane ye ekwohye chebi
me hu video na anope na me hu adwiri me pa but na me nim say o details come from so I was thinking like oh enemy the Sunday penny bi kura
oh ya cho back to the dollar anti pacha monfa example for me and samfoni ngo o ya the pan you put ato na ya bo abaso ekura me kan agofa me mu ekura na hokwa hwitimu no eye baako na omo didua na achem sei enti akire ne ye ma na animu no eye mema na brai wo reja na no so na one oba bi a chese beka so crush on pa onu nu remu ana sister nu rem ti brand to nyina no ye ne bibia gentle se da bia wongu ni hwani mu ase na nche no be fufuro na sa kwa de se na ne to ate
o bom papa
o se masa
body
no ta body
Ready?
Body ni o say wa se nyamia o ba be se enti we pa cho won fo ni ngo na or my idea more. So Chinabi or my
Ato Forsen is just doing a fantastic job. Why?
He's doing well.
Nana, me say MPP on.
He's really doing well.
Nipa o 2 MPP for as a political strategist. And me say be with Jimmy Chain, even the leadership of the party. Now, of course, more harm than good. Mahama elusu 2016 election for close to 2 years. Mahama and criticize it and comment anything about the performance of the government.
No, even the NDC leadership were quiet. Even what I say, maybe I mean Mr. What I say, many list to work or car, once some crab, Elko General Mosquito, Dean, so I didn't know. I'm going to say, Omeka Day, now I'm opposition, and someone allow MPP for no more a poor minor. Say, okay,
TV3 for reporter on camera. Eddie, President Mahama Koye event be, and a TV3 reporter approaching and say, like, Konka be and for the Okoso, or catchings will be to Ghana for. Because Abambi Abaswa, the international communities, or one never says, should be a ban on Chronobano. Near catch us on our opposition leaders who gives room.
The friend breathing space.
Yes, ma the wabano on to Tonaniama. And President Mahama between 2017 to 2018, he wasn't not on commenting on national how the government was messing up. Who are opposition? Baumia and you 2 months ago not criticize the government. MPP are opposition. Less than 4 months or my demonstrations in you. Last week or my demonstration flopped one. And then or say another flop demonstration. Now the issues are MPP a raising. First, almost Galam say. Okateche Kwame a free for a leading member of the MPP. I only about me share the same stage. 2016 they Kufuor share the same stage. 2020.
Okay, Papa achievements and I say
Mekaba be sure. To the man penny phone one I mean Magana phone into Mufuni go about Mabaso. Okateche Kwame a free for and Kufuor. Yehu MPP National Executive, Regional Executive, Constituency Executive, Police Station Executive, Ministers, MPs, Presidential Staffers. Our Mutu Galam say, one call demonstration. Who are by opposition less than 4 months also a demonstration against Galamsey. The same Galamsey demonstration a Mabunmi Koya year before 2024 election. I cheer about 29 of them. Edo Mukogum ya bro mu pre promudo Mukogum maybe them for even almost a month no. And I will call demonstration. Thankfully, because I dampare na IGP na yohuni na IGP ntino. Na no katache demonstration mukoye no. Ya nchi obia, ya mu obia, ya mpra obia. Womo mu de aduane ni nsuo bre womo no. Ya mu obia nchi obia nkwa nkotu. Na so ada dampare ya kufu ada dampare. Obi demonstration obi de aduane ni nsuo kekekra bre no ne ye che ne de no kokotu mu. Ya che Ghana mabunu mako 29 do mu kukugu afiase bi de bosome. Ene kire o se esono sebi adwen ene sono nyansa. Esono experience e de ekoso anda kufuado woni wa kwa demonstration ya preventing Ghana for enyam na mko demonstration aside ko Bradford abotutu oba ya enkrofo to rem no ene under IGP Johonu MPP for a demonstration mienu ane on record on camera afenyoma kan yi ni sabo police ni asum na so yanya ne hwe but minim say dania omo nim se wo semra ya adwuma na mra ya adwuma se ho na mo anche no a ene the video no akọ viral yewra Johonu make sure say afenyoma kan sa ni suba phone ni suba tantan sa kaka bensem to trasem bonesem wudi wa esa bo huriye moja mpani trimu da upe politician trimu osum na onsuro nipa moja onya nipa moja ohunu sede se bi wo hu sede akoda hu chocolate no a eya afenyoma kan sa ni sunu de te eye okọ we ni ba de oye authorizing crofo e wo honom no enne wabo police ni sutro on live camera me paacha samo ante no a na se obi kobu police ni a na eyemo police fo no na mama kwan si ya sort police officers ni emfo mu because afenyoma kan a kire kwan no some ye demonstration said demonstration about water minim say ene beba so say get to kunu and am demonstration e ho beba ho but talking about the dollar what ba betina Ghana kunya so 8 years e wo mu 96 months ene wo mu obefa dollar from 4 Ghana cedis o kono na eye almost 17 Ghana cedis. Ghana for ye de omo beye empire omo bebo ehun akom tene Pentecostal and charismatic for sorry empire omo bo nananom nsa omo yie said the dollar beba from ni nyina echi no you left dollar almost at 17 Ghana cedis. Ghana for 96 good months. And ne we predecessor who the can say who successor by 4 months we reduce dollar from 17 Ghana cedis to 13 Ghana cedis. What it means ni say under ato forcing any esiama every month we are no dollar no mu reduce omo masote e depreciate by 1 Ghana cedis. Now where are kanana a Greek policies and nyansha scientific in government policies and kasana and scientific in the mere fact say the finance minister making sure say yenye wasteful spending na sika kakra won ye manage no enama dollar no eba from enti by the time I feed Ghana ye bedua sabre kwa financial say edua ye betwa sa anuane na ebeba a food import eso beti na government programs ahodo a wode agu akwam he say eye importation so beti no nana by the time I feel obekọ na wie no Ghana yetie ya ebetimenya dollar less than 10 Ghana cedis market on the wall. Yebetimenya dollar less than 10 Ghana cedis. Something that went to me for 96 months anye no. Obi edi just 4 months. Yes adwuma we. And akufuado petrol timi koya meyeto 1 liter 18 Ghana cedis. 1 liter 18 Ghana cedis. Ekoya twemu kodu 22 Ghana cedis per liter.
Yeah, 22.
And then liter 12 Ghana cedis. Liter 12 Ghana cedis. Projection just say a back from this year. And now $1 no a 13.8 no. By the time a numerical coach and Ubon se best dropping.
But the question is it sustainable?
Yes.
That is
whether a sustainable and I say not sustainable. Se Kufuor buy no ultimate free for Ghana cedis and or they buy 1 Ghana cedis within 4 months. And Ghana 4 born abaso. Akufuor buy ultimate reduce dollar. When Timmy reduce dollar. Will be by fire just 4 months. What is so 4 Ghana cedis? I mean, jadi 4 and 1 in how. Now your position, I will call free about just 4 months. So what your political strategy now in Ansah? What do? You keep quiet. Now what change? MP force the moya adie one amoshe that me she about state properties market na ma she da ye na ma create artificial security. You keep quiet ko si say aban no be fom na aban no fom aba be didi wo de when na aban no ya dia Ghana for ba na ba so na so be ye o ye kire ti wo say na MPP o ye kire nkrofo anko because nye jimi a nana wakọ election wo lusu you sit from 137 to 88 wo win 2020 election with almost 500,000 and then what lose election over 1.7 million votes. O party for mo say mo party for omo and anto about 2 million. Muntimi nkoye and omo nkotena ase enhwe omo haw. Emo omo nka omo atro en resolve ye. Muzibo ko thank you to am ko en ko wi ase na akuti ato. Enya 10 MPP mu dentist bebre wom say that latest dentist we pay abronye was say wodi nsa benkum bewura Canada Japan num na ne sen na de no wadwiri ni nyina agu say due to through the thank you to ya discover another dentist from the MPP which is abronye mon kan nwie ye mo party ni de o se make a demonstration so your political strategies are you wait the man ye basa mo cry Ghana fo ahi amena menu ka say kofa ballot box here meto aba say MPP nya even 8% kra na enyame because Ghana fo na trase hu say mo ba e na mo ye nwe we sent monkeys to do bad job emfui kwakuo enwe aye suma mo sam nkoya no madwuma because na Ghana fo be free say abo kwakuo ni adwe emfui omotini so omotimi hopping from one branch to another branch and into no adwuma anoma betumi aye no adwe su betumi aye enom de maamo ena mo prove say no you can never send monkeys to do best job because anoma wotimi tu efiri dua ba akoso kosi dua ba akoso na emo adwe de ontumi nye saa na aban papa ba no to niama obetena se no wo mu masa tie si monten se wo ye wo ye kire when the dollar from now why you so divert attention and you cannot divert any attention no. We are living the reality. They are so come for they are living the reality. Mam no be the form of China could Dubai ko fa niama they are living the reality. Adaba fo omo eto petrol private cars, commercial cars, obi how much the high cost of fuel ekum Ghanaian business no and na eco form no. They themselves they are living reality. And tinya wona be ka kire Ghana for and nothing can divert Ghanaians attention. Talking about Mahama 120 days. And then ya obi akwache Mahama cars mienu. Brand new cars. Were disclosing as a donate cars na yamfa nkoma aban. And then Mahama say na point is a man declare more assets. Said the date no deadline or share no so ye no. Wo 3 months salary yentua ye de kwa akoto sa eye fan ne ye de ba behwa pomode Mahama ke ye de kwa akotum. You can never get this from anywhere. Anti MPP na no beka say exercise futility. One, they are not demonstrating to create any awareness. They are only showing omu solidarity to aye omumada tokunu afidie yi no awoko. And no amount of demonstration said the tokunu na kasa kai no you can make or see no amount of the noise. The law
can make all the noises.
You can make all the noise, but the law is the law. Ube try demonstration biya wope. Get to Tokonu is never going back to the bench as a chief justice or even the Supreme Court judge. We na juma. Oko na de ba kwa many can say. MPP for say the judiciary is under siege. Na I say coming mami kabia mamono na I say. Na sometimes and come in the bottle na me jema ma mo fa and me jam ho akontem na me jama mo fa no afa de akanyina me fa 10% na me 90% ni na essence aboa bia bedi waduane a eya enye ya se kwaku an nsa hia sekan odi waduane a eya papa because kwaku ne nsa ye ma ye 5 said nipa de tie no a enti na eya na abufu na ehi say ye nipa ye de ese kan sa be so sika ma do edua bro na kwaku si dua so hwe ye do no hwe ye dua no hwe abro ni ye do ase no hwe enyi obebu awe mreko a wono ne nsa hye sika a wono senko obi akura be kasa na nkanye MPP for say judiciary say really you and the MPP momo penso ena a whole judge or painful or bad painful teenager mo wo di asem already mo bad boys Delta Force etumi akọ bu security coordinator
they come me economic aspects we discussing different. I think I will have a very good show. Ya kanin na abomu a okasa it
of a maybe is here list of the oyade
no say ya say o ya kanin na abomu a ya kan nya
list is any open no
say pictures no go na o ka demonstration
o na say yawie yawie ho list is any open no afrafrasa ana wa
afrafra hini wo ho
ayo to aso oba pay for a charge o teenager mu already makwa akobo regional security coordinator ene de makwa akogina court edimu kogina court wa na munua no masa akọ vandalize courts sorti oba pay for a judge she has to run for her life mu wie a na masa bribe the same judiciary no before cry ebedi masa munum nsa mu court ne ebe fine mu 1008 na wuntumi akọpẹ 1008 amamu de ahye mu botom judge nya pronounce judgment say I fine mo you are hereby fine 1008 na no matum botom ma isika mo kwa kotua first of all we the counterfeit akoto wi our court down ene achewo wakobu security coordinator ye do court so akwa sort court as vandalize court. This thing happened under MPP. Nobody condemned. Nemum de Kufuado here and say even before cry be do masem na Kufuado can say they have shown remorse. Omache mi hu. Under MPP. Kennedy Japan and upper president ADA. I say in a dear one, a good and Bronye, the dentist, over between in a guenche. Etimi share high court judge and him 18 attempt threatening life. The Kwabena, you no high court judge need Dean attempt threatening life. No, one woman be a victim to justice. I Kwabena, no, the and in your boa. A transfer judge in the craft case in some meaning as him. I'm a Canadian Japan fan who dear. Sanya Mawin, see, you never say judiciary was under attack. And holding the Chief Justice to account, holding her accountable before the law, you hit history to say we a demonstration. Yeah, koka. Nano a Professor Kojoyanka, a former minister, and I think Rollins, no education minister. Nanamona money. So kind of AUCC Nyanka or Nwankasa Nano or Tro a year write ups be very beautiful. Who read it out to say yes. I'm inside no Trono. But Prof, I disagree with you. Not more can you answer, touch not my anointed. Because get to Tokonu your bar. Now you set a bad precedent. Prof, I disagree with you 1,000 times. Yeah, go and read.
Oh my God.
Say get to Tokonu your bar.
How low?
Yes, sir. You victimize a ma. Now, for Supreme Court, a year a judge for na better than a man who cry just 13%. And President Mahama should take his hands off get to Tokonu. Prof, again, I disagree with you. And I know someone who kind now was born out of your personal relationship you have with get to Tokonu. Because when Chregana Mrao baby and one any precedence bia a say mamina ya de say we under 1902 constitution rule of law and no one is above the law, and he who asks for equity must come with clean hands. Won't mean na a year a kunya taxpayers etua de ama wo and show rope and show gun and na ho and between makeup and kikacha lawyer for say sit down because you don't want to hear them speaking. We are not jeli obi kunu so nko dem fiase because nipana practice I corrupt and as we breach Ghana law. Now you yourself no we are corporate. No. 2015 Some kind Loretta Lamptey Shrad Saron na your boss. Ye throw petition to command President Mahama Saron na president. Some ameno ayi super big fan Ghana for sika 182,000 or the then what they call renovate official residence a year bind there what they call renovating or team 182,000 Ghana to the President Mahama Jinedi Sabrani Yante Professor Yanka Yante MPP for Obia Kasema many or bar na President Mahama to sana mono a your ban woodin any Yante Professor Yanka 2017-2018 Charlotte said in the baby we are getting yes in Kophobia throw petition. Eda comma president. Charlotte says, oh president, me part of me copy of the petition. I want to know whether the above me yes it diamond. Yet they call my petition no come my Chief Justice. Sabres of Yakufu. And not to be an say the current constitution, the process I they appointed the Chief Justice, and the process I they remove the Chief Justice and you're fair. But the same a yes for Yakufu. Wano and a kufu the man back pass. A bribe petition against MPP for Nankasatna Jubilee House, a true petition. And the command no say only Charlotte said. When Charlotte say a requesting from then Chief Justice to for Yakufu and all talking about fairness, no. Or catch Charlotte says, oh, Kawanutum, don't worry, everything will be okay. While many petition be, they never gave her opportunity to even see or witness or even not to talk about providing evidence and answer on another side of the story like the President Mahama Ndiba get to Kununu. We Charlotte said Yante Professor Yanka Yante wonka anase Charlotte said you na wuni so ebema Yante wonka condemning that act. You never wrote anything. Ekatre Ghana for say touch not my anointed. Charlotte say oba Loretta Lamte no oba Nina two President Mahama yi Loretta Lamte di Akufo de be Charlotte said di one tromubia and they do nua so dia o ka che President Mahama say o nyini sa off. No, say President Mahama taking the hands off. Making sure say get to Tokunu sa betra on ma. Ye ni Ghana for you be pushing for the impeachment of President Mahama. So ma get to Tokunu.
No, but
Chief Justice. President Mahama ni be
it depends on the findings.
Now, what is findings? Findings in say
because
findings in say Loretta Lamti expended taxpayers' money 182,000 at the renovating official residence. The same Mahama the Yinedi. Uko forget to Tokonu on one casan response or try to come out present. What yet to say yes. What the one casan about replacing the bodyguard. Emma trip wa a year official no what diverted the coin unofficial. Emma Ghana is spending 109,000 Ghana cedis. I want the back plane ticket to pay 1.9 billion old cedis. And what she was Saturday Ghana taxpayers' money $10,000. Editria or one casaneba a year per diem.
Which was 170,000.
170,000 plus 109,000. Is it not over 269,000? Now, one no Loretta Lamti 182,000 yinedi. Now, who do I be spending taxpayers' money? I will see taxpayers' money 279,000. A year amount now because when I want fair, and I say because when I worship, and I say because when I say your bro for day. Who could to Rwanda? Now, all the Omanga Tika, and the plane ticket amano. Because who could now only by money where several years, no? Say, Bosumi be and money per diem and Cabbage just 6,000 the amano. Just because we do a check on one trip, I could chew. And in Tinia for Ghana, a taxpayer's money is $6,000. And Tianica. Because what play outside home, it is $6,000. Would you acquire Tianica, a man for money? And took a farmer, men and Cassandra response or the buy and what admit it? And you have been a car, what admit it? Now, which part of the Constitution and the MP before some demonstration? After no marking a lawyer, MP be General Secretary or a lawyer. Acquire said you will say a potra. 1 minute poison. DJ Caleb. Or see a lawyer. Woman in Akasaye. Which of them any the any act of the law or the constitution? A President Mahama.
Criminologist.
The criminal. Also a lawyer. Which part of the act or the constitution? President Mahama breach. As one more can you know, so or your bar. Oh, your bar fed up and your market class say, yes, our politics of retaliation. Obviously, tit for tat. Oh, tit for tat, and yet. Why should there be a tit in the first place? If
why
there's
not,
a tit,
why not tat?
If there's a tit, then there should be tat. And if there's a tit for tat, say, oh, judges now President Mahama appoint to a mono. Yeah, but see, somebody who for no be president for just 8 years. I appoint to over 14 justices to the Supreme Court. I been see that. MPP for Haley, to the extent says Chief Justice a Supreme Court judges in the crown call a retirement in my vacancy. Now Kufuado was still appointing people to be on a standby, and the MPP is complaining because Mahama nominated 7 Supreme Court justices. The same MPP say a yeba power. Yes, you best sake CJBR President Mahama ebe no now jai afa okay. And to say Ghana for bears are mistaken, we are firing you. It's Mahama's time to fire. So allow Mahama to fire. And you will fire everybody. So Ghana for your mistake. As I did to me, Mawa. And Ababe the Wayano. See, Nana, there's things for you never lost. A dear Yawodia. A coco, baby, you are Bobuano. Nessia, dear Yabwatch, dear Diano. Kramer to Mirka Pam was Uchemuko at Chidia Babefa, not the court. Who goes Supreme Court why? Justice Bafu Bonnie, that's one of the senior most judge our even under a year I can't say Mammy Georgina Wood. Justice Etuguba. No the senior most. Ubaka 2013 Supreme Court verdict, election verdict. Case no. Na Etuguba na net na so. Who by ya where you penny phone in at a point you threaten Papa no kwasa on resign because 2013 ebra modem nsem ko court about me akotra that come say you and I were not there no one vote ama Kufuor na be president you were threatening Justice Bafuboni to resign one resign no Nigeria due process I will go through artist the due promotion edu no one promoting ma many da and one the nyame aye Kufuor do co-opposition people co-opposition just 4 months and ne Justice Bafuboni is the acting chief justice Nigeria and prison for nyina mpanyifo you see what unde nyakopo to me and the MPP just to sit down and enjoy how Kama is serving the same dose the more for and some people some demonstration is within their kind of constitutional right because in Ghana's political history there's no single political party organizing demonstration more than MPP. The MPP demonstration the omo ya pa we omo ni na biru omo afa no omo be fa afa gbe omo titi kufu fro and to demonstration pa omo nko ne omo run 24-hour economy we ko ne ochana obi akọ you can demonstrate you can do whatever you want to do get to Tokonu is never going back to the bench get to Tokonu she is fired get to Tokonu side the Ghana foka she will be set charge and so long as I know said level e wo hore de say sika no de man ni kunu say sika no de man ba for doing nothing for Ghana no she will be set charge she will be made to pay that money in MPP before BBA say sika na no ba o mi ade ma omo can Japan so the amount no reserve be so da get to Tokunu omo penasem pa so national women organizer reserve say sika no say committee ni omo adwuma wi a that amount na be say charge ni say wontua no omo de say sika no e de ama no and Ghana Bar Association and so be ehu omo and the Ghana Bar Association chere what is constitutional and the unconstitutional when it's not within their powers. Who has the power in Ghana to determine what is constitutional and what is unconstitutional is the Supreme Court. And the MPP member our no corporate presidential or no akasa kra oye J Bird award chain Joe Gatti our no ye $2 million akodi no ho Nigeria and a Ghana Bar Association president and no be catch Ghana for say the president aye no unconstitutional constitution fine so no breach so a muntumi nkyere Nana it will make a lot of sense.
Don't you wonder why some of these people are lawyers?
Yeah Nana it will make a lot of sense say wa wakra nyama a onim so nyama wo ship so a eba obekwa ko gina Kutuka airport terminal 3 na wa twen wo ship say ba be gina terminal 3 no yi nyama it will make a lot of sense than to waste your time and hope say get to Tokonu after suspension no she will be restored she will never be restored name mo the Ghana foka enti mo a makwaje parent for them people so many them so many 5 political parties so ye hu omumu bia me free original studios never Kofi Akpalu demonstration just 1 hour demonstration wa better original TV studio that or that hatin I'm so bra obre who are control that one because this is eternity. Eternity.
Ano kwasia we
yes,
eternity card.
Say I feel na mabla and all be brep
papa. We pa there. O man like you.
Kwabena, what do you think they should do?
Anyway.
Say offer. Me jam ho. Na
all right, thank you. Mamembo we Soya Ransom Education Center. Na enebeka Ransom Education Center was much papa omo eden hihye foforo kra ba eya ebeboa omanfo papa na ye no eye enhihye ya awofo titru bepese mutie ne yie na mo hye ne nso na mo de ebobra meba echi mena yaw
I'm fa kunya iso na mentie tiefo.
Is it say dollar na atitu su
say no de ya ne say wa wo de dollar ko sie no.
Fu anu so mu aye kama
wa wo de dollar ko sie no.
Ajongo.
Wa wo de dollar ko sie no na say no. Usika no esoti.
E ka ba fie.
Skana he.
Ka ba. Thank you and down no.
Na Kwabena mentia etiefo na me mo abaso bi me adwuma so awoye. Say neighbor, now you were very loud out there.
Okay.
Interview, no, man who nipa, the last interview before. Musa Dankwa.
Yes.
I think he has lived up to expectation, and he is doing very diligent job. Bebuama, Oman Perry, come. So far, no, I've said, so any analysis now. He has been very candid to the core of the duty call, because most often, you say, so okoye obia oye researcher na oma oho kwan ma amayosemu the duty na afi yeko base obi amayosemu dignity na o tre say ya ohwa to say the then poster benefit so maybe an efushe no ho no oboko ti efubohwe pusu
oboko sa
ade ye enkoye na oguso no obo enkoye no oguso obo ti achi no you say enguase ne ye kese, but this one he has been very technical and making sure say all the methodologies are used so or manile bear to the general public. Senebeya wo ya office bia also person we bibia a bit more contradicting it. I mean, if you pull the questionnaire to the general public now, if you have a contrary view, let it be expressed. And oftentimes Kwabena metai share social media activity no. He does not allow for people to he freely allows for people to vent their opinions, even on his pages. You know, I think largely he has lived up to expectation. Now the findings no bako about the question as to say John Mahama direction, the Koyi and answer in Koyi. Or 62, eh?
Yeah, 62. Yeah, 62.
And at 23 say Omodio Nkoye.
Yeah.
So it tells you that Kwasia woman must still. It doesn't tell any bad. It just that I was here who say send a tronocrack and say any honam ni moja nenya no. Any we more two for be dom cabritre. So if you do the akabe soso.
Sir.
Na wama omo hu say enye eni anyansafo nkwa ne timan. Na yene nkwasiafo ne adimifo eneti. Nti say obu man na sabi. Ohu say sabi o. Bodam ni kra ka ho bi ewo wo memu hihye mu a. Ewo say utimi ede ne omagu nsani ani na sabi bodam ni so nya ne so chefa. Nti I think say largely no the research findings now menya a better appreciation and understanding of why was even in less than 120 days we have had 2 demonstrations from the outgone and the defunct New Patriotic Party. And I think so far it's increasing our credentials as a democratic state so far, because we penny demonstrations are Akosua from the last time I checked 8 years and no about 10 years now, or if not say John Mahama 2016, so 8 years of Akufo-Addo. We didn't see any such democratic friend is saying dispensation. And you know, Kwabena, it brings to therefore a very topical issue as to why you think demonstration be cry was a cause. Me shall see if you told the Abaso. Yeah. Now you want me to start from
no baby I would do or the baby for you, fine.
Kwabena, and my interview 6 from Manapa. first questioner, the first interview, now may answer was to, or may analyze was about, is there a need for a demonstration? Kwabena, I said no and ended up saying yes. Because my no is to the effect that BBBA nipa da sani biya no ube take upon yourself. There should be a course. What you say? Now, say we MPP ni and I say we executive or whatever. Now, one call for no say mun ko demonstration. I was so unya BB catch us uncle for no. I can assure you, say, or more ebo chenku no. If I can say no, and yet to kununti no more call demonstration. Because me were MPP for platforms base 6 episodes. Na free time or more can't say or more call demonstration. And more din komo.
Our platform.
Now I guess I'm an observer. I use a different number.
Yeah.
So I'm just an observer. I can't comment. Because any comment for me will get me out. So I was monitoring, especially the ones that has the friend is saying MPs. No, they were bantering, they were fighting. Most of them were not of the view say who here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm afraid.
No, but even as at this morning, Omo no mo jijiska kakra free omo no mo de aboa no e be decide say they won't donate.
They won't help, yeah. Now, Kwabena enye tokonu nti no mo call demonstration. They ended up discussing say the way our party any bad press in the past, very recent past year over this thank you to there was almost shake you kakrama. They didn't know we no be kataso because bad press now can a Japan no money when e ba no more enya a very bad and unwarranted name ti eno ne one two say obi ho a or executive sisia na or try say obesa maintaining the executive position and now say obi ho a no ye executive a watwam outgone executive they said John Buedu no almost so use way as a platform to get people to to launch themselves around. Entino enye tokonu ntina omoko demonstration because Kwabena nothing about tokonu discussion from the MPP makes sense. Nothing about them. Now Kwabena, the most discussed topic or question are begging for answers. The fact that Ubi Ebusa say why Tokonu? Answer that question,
Yeah.
Say Adena ebi kura to me kura kan could do say or your banty. Ubi suit me kan could do say I say because oye chief justice on the position ne eso nti ne kwan say this aye no on say Kwabena da bia me catch you say obia owo wiase we mu a oji democracy di bia no onje class system ndi stratification sociologists are friend on say mimi bu me ho say me educated nti because of my education, me nipa chen obi a onye educated and now say be a or illiterate. In the face or before democracy, when we all go before democracy will insult the one who sees himself as superior to the other. Because where you better appreciate democracy to the core, only one arena where we find election allowing for the professor to cast one ballot as a power will also cast one ballot. na ye did define idea ye friend no equality before the law. Then so we hear the framers or the omo propounded the theories of democracy no. Omoma Ghana we are seeing nyina agi to mu say democracy and believe in class system. And they say, "Ora, we achieve justice as sebi manusi sumina so on tangas. Sebi." We achieve justice as unyo bia. You are just as ordinary as Listo was sitting here. You are nobody. I will say etimi ekoni pakoko notumu. Just as you see, do you know why I love John Mahama? The reason why I love John Mahama is not because of Sebi na ho fa na ni bibia. It's because of how or Brennan was. Even he may not be fair sometimes. He may not be right. He's human. But the way he approaches issues, the way he finds himself in that seat as a servant and not a master, no. It gives me some form of joy, and I'm always elated when I find him around. What must I say? That's the only reason why maybe that's maybe Adiana main person may discuss it publicly, but I think it's good for the public. Because Semine John Mahama na minya sa vote ya ebi anka by now no enka me ye de mesia konkon enka me sorry no pa bia anka obo se ma tweeting kwasi asempa the MPP. But look at how he even finds himself, like he expresses even a feeling with a certain form of ahobrasia edu ba bia na ase
na we say me and mebu MPP office no see asalam da mebu agu na mo de me akọ the Hague.
Simple.
Ade be chine dining jagu from.
But this is a man
Allah
of finding who say I'm a servant. Into no me ya me nkoa adwuma. Now obetimi kan no aka say a whole chief justice. Do they understand that a whole chief justice means that the petitioners are fools? Or that the president is just playing buffoonery around? Who is he? And then, me analysis, Frisa, Unia Jimmy Fui. You don't Ayaba. Adea. Chief Justice, no? When you don't swear, John Mahama in. I hear about what Jimmy say.
So
it is a lot of saying on the castle for the arena.
So
I don't know my Jimmy make us be Jimmy Aquabna. I don't mean to.
You know what they are doing? They are just playing to the gallery, to the ordinary people on pressure man for emotions. Mitie menu of Kwabena Japan. One Obi. Ana Obi Busa of Kwabena say. Adiebe pa na President Mahama outside the law. Enye within the remits of the law. Also ninyina no the law no there, but you see the president could have just looked at the petition.
Could have
now or show petition.
Wait, judge ni ba o. Wait. Now we papa ye ko boni tuo kunu. We are enya wo fa maybe the minu apeni no. But wait. Papa ya omko boni tuo ya ye dia kosi eyi hoyi. Wo dey kasa wi.
Now the president could have looked at the petition no.
Could have.
Now or show petition no more. And obi say but say petition wo hwe mu wie no. It's not like o hwe mu wie no take a decision. O hwe mu wie no. Odema a friend say
onu na futufo
na futufo
council of state
need to look at it and omna dey a futu no e buy also so the point is even looking at the issues and thinking say issues no ekra gravitas into what the command council of state in Ukraine was wrong. And on his own he could have decided Charlie, we know there. Emu said that. And Obi Busa is okay. So on pointing at the one woman who feel say a day we know in body water.
Yes.
And therefore it doesn't warrant any investigations. then they can have a better discussions. And some know the TA.
All right. Me can say there is nothing MPP it making sense. There is nothing. Oh, edu baby na e kan na ko twimi of akofo dan, but I think I have to be very blunt. Not even him makes sense. Not even President Kufuor makes sense.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Omo said that say omo mbu NDC for na say
omo mu Ghana for o de kan NDC na say NDC for na kro no omo mu omo ho. Because how we NDC ni no obi kan kwase asem we kire wo a e wo so hu so waka kire so wagimi in your face. It was so ka kire say wonu na agimi. NDC for na no they are the problem unto themselves. NDC for because Kwabena me TV ase wo TV ase they no nya ne call school what bon kon afedi edu amayo koma wo se wo call MPP nti unim nyansa unim ade
na kan kwase
wo so na worry da bia na worry school mu na worry na wo ya NDC ni na untimi kan kire onu ane say wa bon a na ne wo na wo ye problem oh omo mu NDC for emu Ghana for omo hu NDC for ne say omo ye ase useless riffraffs bi and NDC for no so ntimi nkeka bi nkyere omo anytime bia mehia even the oya kwala wo mu oya lawyer ni te say Sami Jamfi any NDC MPP ni a oya lawyer ni a oya akuku dam
Sami Jamfi Sami Jamfi onim nyansa nkyai sa akokoro okujeto no
p o Kwabena o kra say wo de akwa Rebecca say no pa agoi wo de fa de wo mo se oya lawyer ni a wa ben
Eduji onim nyansa nkyai kwase ye obedi attorney general Jimmy
MPP ni lawyer bi anywa onim mra they only know the judges onim how to pay bribe. They will bribe their ways through to secure or procure judgment, and that's just about it. They have no legal knowledge. They don't make sense. Law, didn't you see ignorance of the law is no excuse? No, those that made law the fundamental pillar of society, they made it so much so that you don't have to go to Harvard to understand law. Because yes, men Korea, the Korea, the Ubeko Kojina Judge, and Imam and Wako to Fiase. Kwabena, where is so this America Harvard? I don't think I say ignorance is no excuse. But if you intentionally, foolishly become so ignoramus, like the MPP is behaving now, I mean, you don't have to mince the words telling them they are fools. You don't have to.
And you.
Because Papa no Tiagemuno. You just recently had a Kufuor or Mumra, as well a lawyer, very lawless lawyer, as president. Our no crumple yet me mo be bail. Nani pakwana yamani bail no. Ya can't say omiti conditions be. Conditions no matter how huge the conditions were no. Sebi. And to ubetimi ya can't me say Kwabena. Wa foko. Ya onenam wiase. On to me myself recognizance bail.
Oh, how?
Now in law no so obi they say me am nua boni din Kwabena Japan. Oye obi a whole society mu asabi wa koya ade bi na enye kra na wo de ne call police station a ono akra betima asan bail ama ne ho because oye obi a the society knows. Say kra po de aba in law no kra say once Google knows you you can sign a bail condition. Internationally that is what is striving.
I see.
Because obi a Google ni mu bia no aye betimi identify say oh papa we ni oh we oh Kwabena Bobie Ansah oh uboni di say Google mu kura Google betimi ayi ne pictures amount such persons no enya de a omukwa ko hinta wo ba bia asema ye ken ejinani oma mienu so class system no e ho na MPP for say they are trying to make people feel say Chief Justice no or is superior to the laws of this country.
Yeah.
Into one de oye boni a yenka.
Yeah.
Who is he? That be talk on wine. Who is he?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think I know see me move because who move. Who am a servant? Who am a kwa? Me myself say Kodi Chief Justice. Once you wear that robe, no, you are my slave. You are my servant. Me am your master, no. Ghana ni na your master. I don't think that the preamble of the Constitution spelled it clearly. It's the people that wield the power say John Mahama or Tia Gemino. Onye on Lordon who over us so why Yakua Penny, the man Penny in the title, no. He presides over as the chief servant of this republic. Until you find yourself in that set, thinking that you are the Lord over us, makes you be the fool that Akufo-Addo was. Who are president? Who are Kwa? Who are some? Who for constitution now? Who can off of office? No. And then I can. Who say you serve? Did you say you Lord? Who Jimmy and the Momo James Ano? I don't know my MPP need James say. Chief Justice say, hey, when you Pakasio, so what? What did you say? You on Koya Neso? And now no kwa space bia. No, but
framers of the law in Ansah. And the extra processes. Say Chief Justice Ebrom Raswa. And common processes be in constitution numa allows it me Chief Justice. And that's one as a Chief Justice about them one.
Kwabena, no me say be or hini kura was shy ya dear sir. On be won yet to know. Or hini kura yet to know. No who are term of office. I mean, how fools play sometimes. And my mom did do my term. I want them to use their gumption. Say we are now, stop living in a fool's paradise, thinking that who your nipache will be and now will be your nipache will be. But them in the crown on young we and I said, on your funo, or your pepper before the law. No, but them in fact, your combo between you say, yeah,
Mamma, sad day we now cast him, yes, sometimes. Or no to be smart boys mom called judge.
Yes.
Because NDC and young demonstration.
Yes.
NDC
yes
and TNC Chrome thinking that a system mishap and we should try we should try and fix
adjust.
And adjust to it. NDC and hey biase Yakobo judge and just imagine say under NDC near say boys be NDC for Akko judge. I mean, you can imagine the kind of noise.
Yes.
And that is where I have a problem. Because sad demonstration way, any sad day way, yes, because a Jawomo Akao is in history forever and ever.
Yes.
Well, Omnia Bino, also all of a sudden, nobody and so Akata. That is a same Jimmy Grano, who said,
and I'm in NDC for was because NDC, or my own holier than thou be, I had pay one sem, or my sem, with their Melmonka. San MPP will position before 2016 election. Or more contokwa, or more to home bar, or more say, or more faha, contimba, a federal baby, yes, and conform a triacogo headquarters. Nina NDC with your one and your montoka. Abrakai,
yeah.
Sabranoni, a country NDC for said democracy, Munamo, no, and conform ye besano. May yana maye, any man, and a conante.
Can you just slap a policeman?
Na ya jano no ni nam ho so listo won kwa koye bi pe ube hu anu ebe sori agume so hwe se obi ti studio pe e ka na asem ye se wakoye mu ntie 3 ni ya che omo de omo akoto sawam.
How can you slap a policeman?
When John Mahama was the president, you saw the need say no there anu krampo when John Mahama signed their pardon, they had a beef.
How can you slap a policeman?
What am I say? They had a beef.
How?
Look at the professionalism police for over the last okatachie die na hwe the
hwiankrofo okatachie eshisha omontare si abonten
now wait
and the normal demonstration is
hooliganism
and yes bia obi antimi ntia wo mu me say me security for we ka sign am catch om so omunja
they should leave them
because when hwe ya odi ahomete be di nipa na chi no adibone ebe wi ase na afede wanu. Why should you stay in a system and think say you Akufo-Addo will allow you to do this kind of demonstration?
What you say?
No police need.
Oh yeah, wait me aka. Why won't you say it?
I was shocked. We are mobile ball. I was like
a way no. okay can't say we no na police for no tia no with the minimum force and kachire bi no next time we no okay come here mebo because you see where some of these things are allowed to fester no Kwabena
it dangerous to our democracy.
Yes, we say no e ka wunya video na me formal petition say yanti na me so akwa organize boys am yakobro
me video no ho na e ma bufu se me bo wan hwa ne ma no akopa
Otima say me say me because any ebeye case no me so tete wa na ma tete ma high boys ni ababu
how
ya buwa next time no untimi nkojina bedwam ko 13 police ni bi how on it me yan Kwabena demonstration there ni anye but
untimi more police
yo didn't I have issues with Dampare? I had issues with Dampare because he was on the wrong side of the law. What was your basis? My basis was clear. Your demonstration made sense. There was none that didn't make sense. This very one, like I said, they want to showcase themselves for their next elections. And you know, demonstration, omo call for no so my dream ha. MPP support a biana dream ha. And you know, so who say, hey, and I'm being munina by, hey, any omo yadi o. What I say?
Omo ko high nipa ni kura.
Oh. Unim ska omutria.
Ama guy back joy news for busa na say there was one wo jira chire o baby okoto do kunu se de no friend so mra meje eye placard na on finante.
Ono so we nya kakredi. This can still let us social mo.
Nenko mo abo ma na joy TV can be go abontin.
Now Kwabena, let's go into the nitty-gritties of why they have decided to do this demonstration. Aside from their main selfish interest and other Kwabena, it will interest you to know say you wo no we wia bansika ena ene nipa wo de wo ho ato ne so ya yesi no me nka de ode ne ho to nipa so ti tro ne say no me enka MPP ni ode ne ho to tokonu so amen
amen
ena wo de wo ho ato tokonu so say because Akufo-Addo packed the courts from the Supreme Court to the Appeals Court to all the other high courts and circuit courts and all those places. Ama abeye say NDC aba abemu say sika yewia because we created a syndicate and included the judiciary and its justices or magistrates no say we sika no woni judge for ni die anasa woni omu edie enti no the syndicate na Akufo-Addo create na aposifo wom a lawyer for wom a judge for wom enti no se CI na yesi aboa no nye twa ne ti ade aka nyina ya ahoma no ne ti no e ko no obi ehu se ene e nyina ya tu betwi enti ene yesi aboa bi ebewu a opre a muma yen sase ne yen pre na bia na we de ye pre a na akoye se ye prieti na nyame aye yadom anya sa Kwabena you say obuso mo question sir one question no one can give you an answer enti tokonu na okono obia hu ne say we no kra de enye NDC ni na akoye petition enye MPP ni na akoye enye obia na akoye petition. There is nothing political about this petition. Akwakoye onuane misconduct. Akwakoye onuane misbehavior. Now Kwabena, every servant has a certain behavior. I was say owomu as a servant and a public servant for that matter. Untimi em behave say wa woni wa because usum edom. Enti Akoba say maame no ensem say na posini bi atro another petitioner watro ne travels akoto eye omampani anim na yabo akira eye council of state no a omo no ye empanifo akukuda mo omo na ye omampani afutufo out of 31 no yesi nipa 30 say there be omampani asem we hu behia so obehwehwem na abedwakuo no ɔmo hwehwɛ mu baako pɛ ɛna ɔka council of state mu a yɛsɛ ɔse ɔno deɛ oni vote because ofii sɛ nsɛm ni bi wɔ hɔ a ɛnyɛ yi ɔma mo ne din deɛ but me mani sa maame sofa yakufu of course because waba abɔnten abɛka nsɛm bi a sɛ mede ne nsɛm no ɛyɛ nyinasoɔ ɛde abu nkonta abu nkɔmpa ahwɛmakyi a ɔno ɛna bi a wayɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ deɛ mmerɛ mu ɔno so ɛne right ɔka sɛ wareki so ne ho fine council of state no kwabra pacho NDC for na council of state members ada because ye bia mu so wo bia anko na enkoto aba me kan in the case of Ansah Boadu o yes wo okọ ye nanim hantwo nanim aguase poto first ayina o mo sa se so o mo to no ana yes Ansah Boadu si wo obere ne ana entokwa baaye eso akofa boys bi na ono ede boys ni begina ho say boys na akofa o mo nso so no NDC for kakra e kan ho na omo disappointed no na afi yesa akoto abane foforo na team keja Ansah Boadu mpacho MPP ni ana NDC
MPP ni
enti no say wakọ na wo party for akọ election ni bi no wa lusu na ebia because in the case of Ashanti region and I'll bet me aka say obi mpe meboa na oro obi mpe sebi oye man on his own no enye ne don't they know how obi mpe criticizes John Mahama when he doesn't feel good? He does, because he's a man of his own, he's a man of his word. And you know oye obi a sebi even if you find him NDC or can adwen papa na onye ofutufo bone a sebi okoye Ahitofel David ekobompa ese Awurade ma Ahitofel nyansa ne nyankwase asem meboa ana omatu omurafo ana afutuo no wagina so ana wode apaw abadwaku na wo anu na wo ya ne yetufo se Akufo Addo sebi enane afunu mu wobobko nyum na enkodidi wie mekan kwase asem tere Ganafo efa domlevu asem ho no
unim de me ya when they feel like Akufo Addo no etimi take decisions omo pe
yes
John Mahama needs her right no na
that's why
na mama kuma me ho me
wherever you find me insult somebody is because ofiliso or nipa chen obi. And I will insult you, I don't care. Ope kwa kaselisto wo mwa de me mfa ho me mpese me bu me mumwa me bu nipa obi o ye nipa odi na adwenedwene etu hwe Akufo Addo anim hwe Akufo Addo wei na hwe John Mahama hwan na o ye nipa wo de wow se wo kone ese kofa nipa ba akufri omum ye numu a hwan na abefa no a wo de ese Akufo Addo wei do see wei onu ye nipa John Mahama de onu nya nipa John Mahama hwe na monyam wei wo de kototo dunsini we ho wonu so oye nipa Akufo Addo wo hwe de wo de ye saloto sai.
You see, that is why I not me feel say NDC should crash them.
No, you see, NDC dear, hey, me makasa ma bre me nkabiem.
They should crash them.
Let them be themselves. Me who say, unim, you see dimbo entimi wa etetontoma. The boy NDC force should get tria no mo nya democratico and no mo petu trasemo and no mo de asesa mo ho. And I say no, o ma be ye attractive for him the four professionals. Professional Democrats. Professionals.
Yeah,
so the level of professionalism, in fact, they are copying from your professionalism. It's NDC need here. So continue for say, Uncle to trust them on yet. NDC need. Hey, NDC need our bodam crampono. Okay, be say yes, sir. Because when who say the ODH you and the Kainanti, John Mahama, the student the Baintino, NDC impaired to trust them. Nanka Kwabena senkan konfo we mu pa ya yo mo tit for tata everybody nyame nanka me kwa tie Akufo Addo ba jankroma de na kwa kotum me bone kwa adu ne ma ni bail am say no bail na me na kotun sawam ti say dem de Gregoria fofo
no da dem no hunu say
wa hu say wa jimi
de kwasi asem odi in abam no say ya
NDC omo nye we ya ye kan here Kwabena omo kra omo ti wo sere omo ti me o release so ya mo nya abotre omo nka bi nkyere wo Where am I making the day me a professional, almost me a professional.
But people are lucky.
I'm very lucky.
They are very lucky.
Anunti, and I just think what your friend is saying a boy. Or make my quack Drabantina, democracy. Mumu democracy, Mumu discussing democracy.
Salam. And that's TV say or no catch your mama so Bema Ghana ye ungovernable.
Can you imagine?
Hey, many both videos say me I share the 30 seconds I'm saying do no them cold them.
It's good.
Me could ride them
take some cold water.
And I'm a two plumudin, I'm a dahudin. I'm say hey.
When we saw a kufado. But when me anum pokra for now no. Say odi a kufado echino. When you some huna no odi.
Salam.
Oh, and quite natural.
And salam.
And quite natural.
Missian before boy sleep with Joe. I'm sure I'm saying, Mono, Monia, we sleep for tomorrow lucky. A faber bonnet. They can tolerate no more. Come back, Johnny. Oh, go on me, Africano. Then I know me no big customer. Or say, a friend say, a double. Double. A year, Jumas was a land no, said you. Hey, then got to go bush for better croma.
But back to the substantives of the case. Another area I find it so interesting. Beyond what I call the Chief Justice versus the petitioners, where the class system is making people think, say, Chief Justice no clout or is superior to the petitioners. And where I argue, say, it's never the case because equality before the law will tell you that you are the servant and they are the masters.
Yeah.
And when the master finds something wrong with the servant, they have every right to express it in a petition, which they have done so legally, lawfully, and whatever. Kwabena, there are other area. Kwabena yetiha, and yashem rawo, aya Accra FM, I say. Presenter bia no wo ba, ifrano pa, bepem time abe kasano. I was so fasting because microphone no. Yem pese obedidi now de wanum motohu ba begu microphone. And I would je and I was saying undertaking now the buy.
So be.
Ti wo ba no na wo no e come de wani so brew. Now to ice cream kebi na onom ye. So we the ice cream ke de en se de nyi
Garlic ni.
Ti garlic ni. And I would ye. Ti wo ba ya wo kasa na microphone so e sensitive ete and aduane nka. And afi microphone ni mu asi. And a company de wako say ye wedi now court abra between emra ye shen wadwuma mu ha aye wo code of conduct any emra ebo oman ne ho bra den na ye superior oh me kasa MPP ne agimi aye amoma men kan o because o ma agimi ampa wo see Chief Justice no ono ani code of conduct see ono abetimi atu kwan na wo kwa obetimi de nipa mienu akọ eti wafa ne ba ene ne kunu ade o matu kwan bacho oman na memumra
Ekase.
Ene onu na oye Chief Justice obi ko wia bode a onu na kire judge a won ko kire nipa ne se nipa ne nko danse wemu no won mu mienu no hwan na wo se odi mra so kane hwan na wo se odi mra so kane ya wo be ka tell say na me to konu oh me I don't see her coming back until no enya dia me wo se me worry me ho I don't see her coming back because it will make nonsense of everything when she comes back, because I will be the first person to state anything
you see
to make sure say she is not there in that place.
Now they are giving reasons to JM and NDC government why Tokonu should not be there.
Yes, he should go.
Because Tokonu any MPP first from a criminal
Kaba, a syndicate,
criminal organization.
She's the head of the criminal syndicate, legal.
But right now, what they are doing is just to put John Mohammed's name and NDC name on the international platform and paint them black. That's all.
International platform, yeah, they just saw the recent fool in them. Very recent fools. It took us, international platform, behind him, MPP for and when you had a Kufado, your president in this country, from the stock of the MPP, you think they don't know? Just where merely, I know, I mean, maybe for the sake of the public. Ambassador say no mudin komoi, why na enim say MPP for ye moa na omu ntia asem omu pro mu nko ade edu ba bi kura na wo ka so wo ya aboa na aboa you offended because am emu anim nyansa they say me krama wo fie anim nyansa cha MPP ni bam say yenkum dwa ni nidwa okum dwa fo no odidwa
they don't care
what omra atwene wo no akufado no a wo kwa appoint tokonu no enti na wonim nyansa say in the law fraternity no
MPP
the friend BB senior
there you MPP
e dey tina wo akufado obi hia lawyer ni keto hia wa ofre senior enti na wonim say bafo ni we senior na wonim
MPP
that is why Jimmy and
MPP ni when it trim say we had demonstration to police a car kia a your offense
yes
but we had demonstration now she police ni asuma and your offense we wanya aboa no e dey
we ye kan population census ya kan Kwabena 1 ni akokan na B2 wo you offended ya kan aboa frɛ nipa ya kan aboa afrɛ nipa wo you offended etino ya that's where the code of conduct no versus the constitution no I was here so yehwe say can you for example abra yenti Ghana ha na Parliament of Ghana ye mra ma aferijan say on franco ye registration na ye franco to aba beboa
yeah
oko court abu Ramadan na ba for na court meboa
yeah
oko court no emuaya e ba ye ne say National Health Insurance card na yes you betimi dia registration no even though you are true citizen I was so I betimi I define say e determine say oh me Burkina Bay and my Ghana and so metimi anya health insurance ni bia use me Australian me to be free Azerbaijan and so be kan say Azerbaijani I go say Burkinanian
Ghanaian Burkinanian
and a court no rule say ye wo mra eyemra kunyini kire who a Ghanaian is na sa mra no allow for obi a oyisu your friend is saying national health insurance registration it yentwa sankofo ni nyina din free register ni meboa abra it was an act of parliament tio sa airline no legislative instrument na omode to aba no na ye parliament na de nsa sha ase omo so na ye mra ma ye diso and citizens di so meboa but did they not get the law to expunge their names from the register? They did. And no one confirm muntie tre ba ye no. Kwabena, unim say after having done so no, ubebusa won say why should the judicial service formulate policies in contradiction to the superior laws of the land? Ono na oyo atemuafo kuo no. How could they have a policy illegal to the dictates of the constitution? And you know, so what now we analysis now, you don't have to be a lawyer, because I've said often times that ignorance of the law is no excuse. You can't to only lawyers. A common sense. And then now we temwa for penny wagana ha. Now ya policy, traveling policy. The travel policy now who this one is against emra yasise ewo manimu ewo mra sebedwam. Na wo so who this amra ne so. Obi ko wia banche odansawam. Obi akowia obi kura de okotu gala abra. Gala o odansawam. So I just want everyone in Ghana sebi emaye mu ye ho se ebia amayosem nkwa na wo se yede oman ne ye. Yes, amayosem, but to what end? Ubetimi a kire wa adwen afa bibia ho. So ba ye na be ka kire me se owura John Mahama kwan ofa so a wode mame tokonu akɔsoɛ no wɔ ɛyɛ your friend is saying adwesu yi simedwesu yi saa kwan no ɛwɔ sɛ nkɔfa kwan wei so wɔamfa saa kwan wei so ɛna wakɔfa kwan foforɔ so a ɛneɛ na waba ne ayɛ legal arguments ne yɛka sɛ ɔmampani wampaa Yohane Suboni adɛn na ɛwɔ sɛ wofa mmara kwan wei so na wamfa mmara kwan wei so na wafa kwati kwan so. At that point you would make more sense. But what sorry because we are fenyo markings ubusuani ni tokonu enu nti na ade asem koto tokonu animu a wo de kwa no pa we are now judgment na wakwa throw wait about on a whole na Ghana hanom ye kan omo a sebi 1992 constitution yakwa na ye kan ho asemi omo je constitution ni tu mu no na gbagbe na wo speaker of parliament no kan ho eti wo no wo asuko no ma we ya wo wadwini maboto yeah, judge now, you can never win any case in court. Because with this IQ, how are you able to even make any clear demand or relief in court a judge be better? It is only because you know the judge. And I have said the time without number, say, who MPP lawyer near because onim judge. Onim mra who te onim mra because who te legal arguments are best. But could be a Japanese say, Bitie no, Kwabena, Bisi way why a lawyer. That Kwabena Bobie Ansah to one lawyer.
No, but as I'm crying more cano. There is nowhere I'm watching me citing a year the president.
Irregularities be
there nowhere. Nina ye emotional arguments. Because ye be ko jail. The encounter Crawford saw the Nipa never to control the
why not?
After the we ya Baba extended. Men am go through the Facebook say, "Wo afenyo marking, wo 2008. Your mama and so woman business ye ofu iti sell. Me kura your mama mama ye business.
Yes.
Ofu iti sell wo boa ema wo ye business ye. Look at your mama demeanor. Look at your mama ni behavior and tell me say your mama you only brave for say
never
or no
never
or person or transfer another 4 years
never.
Where Grano, Senor at the end this school position and he was ready to walk away.
Now, Refi Kwaya, a Faswa, Emma President, was our car by and no so could be. Your mamma, I was someone who say, or no crowd, or so won't could be. There you go. And you say, no, my camera, my dream, Yabasu. Maybe person could be. Mene penny be dim. Me pesa John could be me. If person could be penny be dim. Now, Moody, a moment standing in our way. No more require any more fast. Mene penny be dim. Come on. And I pen catch him say, I didn't cry wine. You one of the ministers who ye dim come on. No, Squabra, when you say, I dear way, no. Obi arguing mass, but as MP before Ghana for arguing, many Ghanaians are supporting the idea, especially so to meet travel here well.
There you say, me $2, 16, 17 years, me a businessman, just 2-3 months, 5 months, 6 months ago, and then first quarter of 2025, met me a could Dubai, Sika Messi Sunday Akono, a bibeka tree. Friday me koko fordia, me tofu. Now, by your father said 6 months ago, me feel me cano is around 1,000, 3,004. Me feeling me same cano Friday week. I was doing around 1,000, 1,001. So myself be 250, 300 Ghana cedis. So I catch up just saying panel also by say a year 40 times. Maybe I obedru time I also could be na me tofu 600 Ghana. Me preso say. I don't know preso. I know the idea should get ready. Me kura no. Yohane Suboni ohutiuni Yohane your mama. Get ready for your third term. Get ready. Because I can't be as no. So ubu mine to 2 mine in your ye na me hu ha me dia. I don't see why I should change you. Why not? Why must I change the winning team? Why? I will bring him again for another election. Why? Call him what greedy. At least and out me demonstration at the 5 Jubilee. I would a presidency. And you don't go a big change so why not? Why not? Yeah, quite demonstration. Dan paria more masses are boa fan paria. And your belt from the boy, you. Kwabena, I still winning. Yeah, what's time we videos in an yama bunch of woman. Oh, kribuo.
Oh, I said that you said phone room at
Yano and a police photo. Kribuo no moto.
That pare o ye wudini rough.
Fire sama boys three home.
Yes.
But no more to be the pay police need to the narco to hospital say demonstrators not
playing. I know the tiampa ye ka se ye kwa visiting no.
Almost
unma de crow. Say o the tin tomatoes.
And I tell her.
And the tarinity. Cha photo.
Dampare.
Yes, somebody ye. Musi ya pra mu nipa. Mummy enko sra no. Ye kwa ya kankran se se ma kire ne se ya nhyeda.
O ma yanko.
O se o me yanko. Akwa na o mo se o ma pa ni tiri hu na ne be ka kire se o. Photo we de mu nya hye. So na akwa say.
Just what's mu nya hye. O dwene wa want ase. Anyway,
the busuafo ara ho say ya pa ni tiri hu, ono so ni tiri say the tin tomatoes. And ye dey akọ ni.
Ya mama mo so mra ransom education se men kan che Ghana fo nyina. Wo mo de eye dwumade bi ba ye friend fan trip. Enkoda na kire teenagers. Every 9 years ekopem 17. De enkoda be tu kwai we na ye holidays keke. Enanson. Ma oya wo ye ofo na wotemi ma oba. Wono so on travel mu bi na won tu kwai. Travel and see on to kwai no nkoko hwe na ni so ade wo se awofo so obonyim mfrim obu a opeso ne ba ena nante omodo obekọ uhia $1,650 per ene dollars yi so ena eba fom enti uhia $1,650 per eno ano no Dubai ena omo edemo eko o se friend UAE tourist visa 7 nights. Ya obeda hotel papa bi omo buffet papa bi breakfast omo ne betua omo be se aye shopping de amamo na anigi se mu awom ne se wo ba na akoda hu se mama nya Dubai visa me passport ni akola ne remfida Ransom Education Center from our 0245 792144 me patch off a number 0245 792144 Sci-Fi 0245 792144 Frewomo MTN was here 10 cities per SIM card no 10 cities and come moving kubu aye for home Edom MTN come office now wako Georgia Bills microcredit say wope bosia dia abobra ashe adwuma ase a Bills microcredit when I say odi wani kire we nye kofa Ghana idi ande na collateral de onya ye Ghana card keke wodo Ghana card ko o business no yagu sikasem ni sha ye no so omo ebeso mu no mo aboa frɛ Bills 0596920833 Dr. Amegashi Yaba and Spiritual Center ye bo mo abaso pa yadiwa hodo brebomu yade samu yade hepatitis B ni nyina omo etu ho anamon omo boa Amegashi wa bin seja Ansah Spiritual Center oboa wo no na wo boa sunsun fam wo so dai bonia obeboa wo opeso tukua obeboa wo kuma se macro old police house omo ho Accra Kaswa Prison Junction takrade omo etoye Kajebel government school eso Give us a bar center, say a year, give us P capsules, give us cool capsules, give us a bar mesha, give us GC mesha, and Omodiaba. Fa Koni Pinu Boom, a year you might say Bibino. Joraj reality. Omuguswa, a wopas, I see us from Wato, 70 by 100 plot, 25,000 Ghana. Now Waba, who 30%, no spread your mouth 6 months. Memenda anopanon sumbia omo de kasiwo e de okọ eye Afara Junction eho na omo office na wo na omo afro de mo akọ nsase omo opese woto bi nyina so na omo akọ kyerɛkyerɛ ho na omo sampa agidie wom omo sai eye building and construction property management surveying and land documentations Mayor Auto Parts and Diagnosis Services Oka asai, oka bofom, oka ajega, ope car parts papa dia, na de wani achre wo. Imbusta ba mesha, ye doma se papa. Father Abraham heba center and spiritual hospital. Almost ye doma se ene enyumre. Lion Accra 100.5. So you go so edim komo. But the point is, after your marking can just slap a policeman and walk away freely. Menka se Ghana bafu and I say Ghana yedin. Over to you, Jolati.
When we send your police in your draw, Imbusaba Mesa Amama Huadeng.
Refuse to grow. Any offense will be
and what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready Pediadmo Samoya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia, Yarientimu. Sasa dear, a month for the one, the Imbusaba Mesa, Dronua dance say, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Yina Etimi Banaso, and Yarwa Cassian Kaya Wutini D and a honka. No, Yamwa suing Yano, a boy who buy every home. And now Pa, Omuan Yarwana Dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and num Imbusaba Mesanoa, and Momo who are deep in tea. Ya Omuntim Pose, Yaria Esomo, Imbusaba Mesa, and walk Kashi, and you may move Bia Yato in Ro, at to 0246 20 8496. FDA, Ashisha said, Jadi and Cratry, what Yatumu say.
Hello, Ghana for bills are canning who be a mo. Bills set 2025 video. And it does so homo bia or Tiwaka. Only Ejumaye. Ain't if I when it's bills. Nabeji loan now, bet media wow, Ejuma. Way alone don't come me. We yashio. You hear Ghana card. E wana won saka unsika. Nasa we obia we a wow Ejuma upesa utremu. Anasa we Ejumania. Ujibusumi aketria. And your bill set bray. Nabeji lona. Won't be BS Yawa. Collateral. Anasa deposits. We hear mubia. Ain't ya fee, Bill says will be a 1 year to maybe I will bet to me a loan don't come in nubi. Nasa what's nephew and away, yes, he can be dear. Hey, wow. Ain't it